Hello. Welcome to Paul's Beer Reviews. Welcome to a low live, an off the cuff live stream.
Hello.
Haven't done one for a while. And Chris said he'd join me, so we're here having a beer.
Yeah, we are.
I think we're going to be joined by one or two others at some point this evening. Yeah, how are we all? How are we all doing?
Well,
I've not been in from work long, and I'm in need of a beer. So here we are.
yeah.
So, Chris, how are you, mate?
I'm all good. I've not been back from Norfolk long. I think we've only been back about an hour. I think we've just literally got back an hour ago. Unloaded the car, put some stuff away, opened a beer. Thought I'd join you on the live.
That's commitment now. That's commitment. getting back from your lollipops and jumping straight onto a live stream. It's yeah, I wouldn't do that. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's only a weekend away.
A weekend away. So where was it you said you went?
Norfolk. We stayed in. Rachel's uncle owns a couple of mobile homes in Norfolk, a place called Burnham Overy Staithe, which is 10 minutes from Wales, next to the sea. Wales is lovely. So yeah, 10 minutes up the road from there.
Very nice.
Very nice.
We've got a few people in the chat already. Just catch up with some comments. Got Square Table Degenerates, Big Joey. How you doing, fella? He says, "Dang, Paul hasn't been live for a minute. Well, at least I remember. It's been a few weeks, at least since I've done one. Been a while. Stolen silver. He says, "Cheers, everyone."
Cheers.
Has he stolen your silver? Chilby's in. Hello, Phil. Hello, sir. Shelby Phil. What's all this then? I know, mate. I know. It's an odd one. Henry's in. Hello, Henry. How are you, sir?
Evening, Henry.
Good evening. He says, "I will join you with a Goose Island IPA." Very nice.
I could do that.
Chris has
I've
got
I could join you on that one, Henry.
Chris got some of that too. It's not a bad beer. The
It's
Goose
all right.
Island IPA.
It's all right.
Not bad at all. John, this is bring back Sir Harry Redknapp. Is he Sir Harry Redknapp now, or is he still just Harry?
Never. There's no way. Tax dodging Harry is a sir. No way.
It'd be a strange one if he got knighted, wouldn't it?
But I'd have him back at Spurs in a heartbeat after today's performance.
Oh man, I just don't care anymore. I just don't care. I don't care. I'm so well. I do care. I'm lying, but it's just I'm just so It's not the fact we lost. I fully expected us to get beaten Newcastle today, but going 5-0 down in 20 minutes is
shocking, isn't it?
That doesn't happen. That does not happen. I'm sorry, but no professional football club should be allowing that to happen. It was disgusting. It was absolutely disgusting.
Name me another club in the Premier League that's gone 5-0 down in 20 minutes.
I've never seen anything like that. Not in the Premier League. I once saw. I'm pretty sure it was Sheffield Wednesday. I think I once saw Sheffield Wednesday go 5-0 down at half time. But it wasn't in 20 minutes. I've never seen anything like that. That was it was just ultimate lack of commitment from start to that first whistle. They just didn't care. They didn't care. Newcastle were bang up for it. It was their final. They want that top 4 place. There was one set of players that wanted it and one set of players that didn't. And that's the most upsetting thing. Is that regardless of your ability or your confidence, they just didn't commit. They did not commit themselves, and there's no excuse for that. Never an excuse for that. And they should all be hanging their heads in shame this evening. Every last one of them. But they won't, because they'll all get their hundreds of thousands of pounds get paid into their account, so they don't give a shit.
It just doesn't make sense, does it? Get rid of Conte, leave his number 2 in, who's playing exactly the same way that Conte played the team. What's the point?
What's the point? He did actually change it because he played a 4-3-3 today, didn't he? And then when Newcastle were just walking through us, he then changed it again and put another defender on. Went back to what he knew, and damage was done. The damage was done by that point. But they've had a full week's training to supposedly prepare for this game, and they weren't prepared. They simply weren't prepared. Either that or they just don't care. I really don't care which at this stage. We've got no manager. We got no director of football. We got no direction from the board. But the club messed from top to bottom. Absolutely. And it's what makes it even more annoying is that all they had a couple of people in position and a couple of good signings. Spurs are that close. They're that close to being a force, but they choose not to do it. It's so annoying. So annoying.
Yeah.
But there you go. So there's my sixpence on it anyway.
I agree. I couldn't agree more. Let's move on.
Trilby. Good evening to you, Trilby. Trilby says, hello, Henry. Everyone's talking to each other, which is a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. Henry says, good evening to you, Paul's Beer Reviews and Chris. Thank you, Henry. Thank you, sir. Henry says, Trilby, hope you're good. Rate my beer is in. Paul says, that's fair play going live after the result. Yeah, I was lucky I didn't have to watch it. I was working, so I didn't watch it live, but I saw the highlights, the extended highlights, and just all the goals. They were just so flat-footed.
Well, fair play for watching the highlights. I wouldn't have bothered. Well, I won't bother.
I always like to see what happened, and it's just Newcastle just first to everything. George Yardinas and Ricky V of Beer Tube. How are you, mate? Henry's laughing. He says he's got the IPA in, which is nice.
Pardon me.
Chris, you're still drinking Guinness, aren't you?
It's empty now.
Oh, he's polished off a Guinness. He was drinking a Guinness.
Yeah.
I'm drinking a new one from Vocation. It's they've called it a small IPA. I mean, essentially, it's a session IPA. It's called Over and Over. Oh, the light, awful. We cannot pick it out. Over and Over, it's called. They describe it as a small IPA, and it's coming in at 3.4%.
Funny enough, I'm about to have quite a low ABV beer, and that's an IPA. Just going to wander around the bar. I'm sitting on the opposite side of the bar to what I normally do. It's
very refreshing. I mean, it's not an IPA; it's a pale ale, but it's very tropical, very light, well carbonated, but it's quite tasty. Got no issues with that. Over and Over by Vocation. Nice and fruity, bitter at the same time. Yeah, it is Goose Island IPA. It is a good beer.
It's not bad.
Just got back from the game. Yeah,
that
one. Oh, great beer. Great beer.
Can't argue with that. 3.8%. It's a banging session beer, full of flavour, isn't it? Mad Squirrel's core range is good. Their core range is so good.
Yeah, absolutely agree. Absolutely agree with that. Their core range is still very, very good, and they do knock out some good limited runs as well, which is nice. Henry saying hello to Il Corvo. Joey saying hello to Henry. Captain Meat says hello to Henry. I forgot about that cup semi-final, wasn't it?
Yeah, what's the result of that? Because they were in extra time a while ago. I'd like to see.
Man United games finished. They won 7-8 on penalties.
What?
Who were they playing?
Brighton.
Yeah. I've just completely zoned out with football this year. The season has been. I gave up on it weeks ago, to be honest. I'm so sick of Tottenham's performances this season. Just not enjoyed watching them at all.
No. It just pushed you off the rest of it, didn't it?
Yeah. But just miserable. We're chatting. Back to me. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. There's more to it than that, Paul. Spurs defence and keeper aren't good enough. No, I agree.
The whole team, though.
The race is done. He's been done for a couple of years now. He's been gradually getting worse. Now, I actually feel sorry for the guy. I actually feel sorry for him that Spurs keep putting him in the team when he shouldn't be there.
No.
They're putting him in the team week in, week out. He's got the captain's armband, but he's not good enough to be there because they're trying to play out from the back. And there's one thing that Hugo Lloris has never been good at is having the ball at his feet. He's never been good at it. So he's not suddenly going to develop it now in his 30s. He's not suddenly going to become a ball-playing goalkeeper. It's stupid.
He's got to be late. He's got to be well into his late 30s now, isn't he?
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I thought, is he 35? He's 35, Hugo. It's the deterioration has been there for everyone to see, and it's actually sad. And Spurs, again, it's the lack of planning from Spurs. Where's our goalkeeper? Where's our number one goalkeeper? You know? Trying to sort some out. Not sure whether Squire's long process might be worth sorting that. That'd be good. We're good, man. We're good. James is in. Goose on the Loose, 69p an Aldi. Grabbed a few. Decent for that price. It's not a bad beer, that one, is it? That Goose on the Loose that went into Aldi.
That's all right, yeah.
It was like an IPL, wasn't it? It was quite drinkable. Quite drinkable. 100% no direction. Trouble is, we do care. That's the thing. That's the thing. I make myself miserable watching them, and I get to the point where I'm like, why am I doing this? Why am I watching this? This is such a waste of my time. It's like if the players can't be bothered, then why should I? You know, it's stupid. It is stupid. Do like a Guinness? Yeah, always like a Guinness. Always like a Guinness. Always like a Guinness.
I was just bang in the mood for a Guinness. I don't know why, but I was just wanted.
Yeah.
I think that's why I wanted something smooth. I wanted to, before we came on the live, just chill out with a nice smooth beverage, and Guinness just fits that bill, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. I had this conversation a little while ago because Guinness has been hot news lately, isn't it? Really, with all the products they've brought out, mainly the Nitro Surge. I had this conversation. I was saying sometimes I'm in the mood for a stout, and then there's other times I'm in the mood for a Guinness, and it's almost like they're two separate things, two separate entities. But yeah, it's true. I like a Guinness. I'm right in the mood for a Guinness sometimes. Cutting off too hard. Haaland's going to tear us apart on Wednesday. Yeah, Arsenal were doing exactly what they did last season, bottling it, and I'm here for it. That's the only good thing.
Yeah, see, the funny thing is, you've been saying for ages, because I kept saying to you, because obviously we meet up, and I've kept saying for ages, Arsenal are going to have the league, and you've stuck to your word saying they're going to bottle it. And historically, Spurs bottle things, not really Arsenal as such. And they are. They do look like they're starting to bottle it. And I do think Man City are going to rip them to bits on Wednesday night.
They're wobbling. The thing is, with Arsenal, they've been so good this season. They've been so good.
Yeah, they are.
And credit to them. But at the same time, they've done it whilst everyone else has been garbage. Everyone else has been in transition. Even City taking their time to get going.
Yeah, they did.
When you think Chelsea are mid-table, Liverpool are still below us. How they're still below us, I have no idea, but they're still below us.
It's shocking.
It's been a weird season. Man United and Newcastle were vying for third and fourth. It's just like they've come out of nowhere. It's been a weird season. So it was the sort of season where someone out of nowhere could have won the league, and Arsenal have played so well. But they're doing exactly what they did at the end of last season, when the pressure was on, when they knew they had something to play for. All of a sudden, it could actually happen. They started wobbling and they started making strange decisions. Mikel Arteta started throwing his toys out the pram, and it's happening again. And it's. I mean, I'm glad because I can't stand them, but it is a bit predictable. It is a bit predictable, but it's not over yet. It's not over yet.
No, it's not over yet.
If Arsenal can go to the Etihad on Wednesday and get something, get a point, then it's it's game on again. But it's in City's hands all of a sudden. But
it is.
The thing is, the last 3 games Arsenal dropped points in, you'd have had them to win. You'd expect them to win the games, but 3 points, 3 points from a possible 9. You can't do that at this stage of the season when you're chasing the title. It's just how it goes. It's what happened to Spurs. It's what happened to Spurs the season Leicester won it. Our legs gave out. We just started making crappy decisions, and Leicester ran away with it in the end. It was one of them. I've seen it happen. I already bought a 12 back. Good. CGR is in. Hello, sir. It's all right, you slags. All right, you slags. So how is everyone? Where's everyone at? Are you drinking? Are you drinking on this Sunday evening? I've been pulling pints all afternoon. I know it's my turn. No, not really today. Not really. We got a few in from about sort of 2 o'clock onwards when the sun came out a bit. But first couple of hours it was dead. I was kind of wandering around and doing little jobs around the brewery just to kind of keep myself busy. Do you know what I mean? It's like, what can I do?
You've got a lovely lineup. That picture you put in the group chat, that looks like a great lineup.
Yeah, we've got a nice lineup at the moment. Yesterday was packed. We sold a lot of beer yesterday, and it was good. So I'm constantly changing kegs at the moment because it's definitely getting busier. But yeah, just need a bit more of that really. Was that 5.9? I want to Goose Island. Yeah, it's good beer. Good beer. Schleck. It's like when Brendan Rodgers at Liverpool. Sacco, Lover, and Skirtle to play out from the back. Yeah, it is exactly the same as that. We're asking Eric Dyer and bloody. I don't even know who started it. Was it Clement Longley? Did Clement Longley start today? He's another one. He's on loan. It's just where's the planning? Christian Romero's the only centre half at the club I'd keep. He's the only one. The rest of them have been there too long. They've not done anything. They've not improved as players. It's time to go. It's time for them to go. Unfortunately,
and I think Kane might go now as well.
If he's got any sense, he will.
Yeah, if he wants to win anything before his career's over, he does need to go.
Yeah, I can't begrudge him. I won't begrudge him the move. You get one career. Yeah. He's been absolutely fantastic since he came through the academy, but he's not going to win anything with us. It's not going to happen. There's no direction of this club. There's absolutely zero direction, and the fact that Pochettino isn't even being interviewed for the job at this moment in time.
I know, it's crazy, isn't it?
It's obscene. It's ridiculous.
It's crazy.
What is the chairman doing? Yeah. Seriously, like what's he waiting for? Because he doesn't know. That's the issue. He doesn't know.
Pochettino would lift those players in minutes.
Absolutely. The club right now that needed a kick up the arse is Spurs, and he's not doing it.
Yeah. Nope.
He's refusing to make the decision, and I just don't get that. It's his job, and he's not doing it. You know, you kind of got to ask if you're Joe Lewis. You know, if you're the main investor at Spurs and you're the head of ENIC, surely sacking Daniel Levy would be an option.
It's got to be, isn't it?
You know what I mean? It's like Levy makes the decisions to sack the managers, and he did an interview at Cambridge University this week. He was being asked questions, you know, about having to make tough decisions and sacking managers during his careers. I'm kind of thinking to myself, if you could sit down with Daniel Levy and ask him, are you happy with your performance and do you think you deserve to be sacked? I'd love to know what his answer would be.
Yeah.
You know, because we've not won a trophy now since 2008. Yes, Tottenham Hotspur as a brand have got huge. The stadium is lovely. The training ground's great. We've got Beyonce and Guns N' Roses and bloody Formula One go-karts and NFL and all that. The brand is great, but the team has been neglected.
That's it.
At the end of the day, that's his job. That is his job, and there's just negligence there on his part. And I just kind of think it is getting to the point now where I'm just like, as long as Daniel Levy is running things there, I just don't see, from a footballing perspective, what that club's going to do.
No, it won't do anything.
I really don't get it.
No. Yeah, it won't do anything. I'm sick and tired of it. I'm sick and tired of talking about it. It's just nothing will change.
Yeah.
And if he's still there next season, mid-table finish would be about right. I think it's probably about all Spurs will get next season if they're lucky.
Yeah, I just think I'm like, I wouldn't mind if we just finished outside the top 8, just avoid the European football altogether, because there's no point in us being in it. You know, it's all nice getting in the Champions League and getting all the money and everything that comes with it, but we're never going to win it. We're not in a position to actually win it. So what's the point of being in it? You know?
No, I agree. No, I do agree.
Henry says, hit the like and subscribe. Yeah, thank you. Give it a thumbs up. We'll start chatting. We'll stop chatting about Spurs because I'm just getting more and more miserable. Tadeo's in. How you doing, sir? My man over in the States. What's happening, brother? What's happening? Henry acknowledging Tadeo. No beer for me tonight. Jim Beam. Oh, I love the whiskey and ginger. I do like a whiskey and ginger. That's a great shout, mate. Great shout. Do like that. Henry's got some Korev Cornish lager. Oh, that's is that the St. Austell one? Or was it Sharps? Who does Korev?
St. Austell.
St. Austell. What's St. Austell? I was right. Yeah, I haven't had that for a while. Last time I had it, I found it a bit weird, but it was out of a bottle. But,
yeah, I mean, I had a really nice lager in Norfolk yesterday. It was an Adnams, a dry hop lager. It was a very, very nice. Very nice.
don't remember the name, do you?
I think it's just called. Well, I'll Google it, but I think it didn't. I'm not even convinced it has a name. I think it just said Adnams Dry Hop Lager.
Dry hop lager. Oh, nice.
On
Did you have their is it Combolo or Cabolo that they released?
yeah, I didn't like Polo. I didn't like that at all.
I can't remember. I can't remember if I liked it or not. I think I reviewed it.
I've got a Cabolo glass. The glass is very nice, but I didn't rate the beer. Yeah, it is. It's just called Dry Hopped Lager. It was in a pub. And it was very, very nice. Funnily enough, it was quite hoppy for a lager.
I had a New England IPA at work today from a certain brewery up in Huddersfield, and I hadn't had it for a while. It was the fish counter from Lord's.
Oh, yeah.
I put that on at work today because John, bless him, came down a couple of months ago and we did some keg swaps. So he's had some Creative Juices beers up there. Well, you were up there, weren't you?
I was.
Yeah, so we had I fancied having a New England on because we do get a lot of New England IPA drinkers round our way. And it's gone down very well. Sold quite a few pints of that today. They're like, "Ooh, New England IPA, I'll have that." And yes, the feedback.
Yes, not bad.
Very good. I've not done one for a while, Henry. I'll have another go. I was drinking Goose Island Audi beer last night. I got hammered. So it's quite boozy, isn't it? That one. It wasn't a low ABV, was it? The Goose Island Audi one. I can't remember what the ABV was now. It was like an IPL. It was a hoppy lager, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was over 5.
Goose Island IPL. I don't know where the Goose Island. We never got the Bourbon County Stout this year. Unless they released it and I never heard anything about it, because I know some pubs had it, but I've never seen a release date for the bottles. The Goose Island IPA, the Goose Island Bourbon County Stout. Well, there you go. Poch is supposed to be going to Chelsea. I have heard this. I have heard that Chelsea are in talks with him, and that would hurt. That would really hurt if he ended up going to that absolute shower. That really would.
I mean, that club's in absolute turmoil as well, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, bringing Frank Lampard back. I mean, what sort of decision was that?
That's an odd one, wasn't it? That was an odd
one. Really odd decision.
That's another one where they got an owner there with an absolute ton of money, but not a
no idea. No idea. I wouldn't be surprised if Poch ends up at Chelsea.
I would be gutted. I'd be gutted if he ends up there. I would be really annoyed. I think that'd be the last straw for me. If Poch ends up there and Levy didn't make an attempt to bring him in, why don't Levy just use his own brain? Just use his own head rather than leaving the decisions to someone else. Just do it. Get him in.
But Poch would get a bank account, wouldn't he, at Chelsea?
Yeah, absolutely.
And absolutely. There won't be any wage caps or anything like that, like there are at Spurs. So,
well, that's where you'd hope things would be different if he came back to Spurs, because we know full well that Poch wasn't backed.
No, it wasn't.
We were like two decent players away from being legitimate title.
Yeah.
And the Spurs they didn't buy anyone for 3 transfer windows. They just expected him to get on with it. It's just disgusting. Like, they saved their money because they were funding the stadium and all that. And it's just like, unbelievable.
So why would he come back to Spurs knowing that he's going to just be in exactly the same position he was before?
Well, yes, but
why would you?
Spurs aren't in that same position. You would hope, surely. If we're going out spending 60 million quid on Richarlison, you kind of think, surely that money could have been spent under Pochettino. It's just.
What return has Richarlison given on that 60 million?
Well, bugger all.
Absolutely nothing.
Three offside goals. 3 offside Premier League goals.
Yeah, brilliant.
It's a shame. I do kind of feel bad. I like Richarlison. He works hard. He does get about. and he's had his injuries, but I still think the jury's out on him. I think he deserves at least another season. I think if Kane goes this summer, which I think is realistic, I would have Richarlison as our number 9. I play him through the middle like he does for Brazil, and
We've got to.
Let's see what happens, because he's saying, like I say, he plays out of position, and he's not fit.
No, it's just a fucking mess. It's annoying, and I'm irritated.
Yeah. Catch me says, Henry, I've had it. He's had it.
He's had it.
Right, vote for managers. Oh, I totally agree. I do believe that the De Zerbi, the Brighton manager, from what I understand, he is on the shortlist of coaches that Spurs are supposedly looking at.
What a job he's done. He's done an amazing job at Brighton, hasn't he? Taking over Potter, who had Brighton flying high, and he took over, and you thought that's going to be a struggle for Brighton, but they just carried on, haven't they? Carried on going.
Well, I really rated Graham Potter. I mean,
I did. He should have been given time at Chelsea. He shouldn't have been sacked.
Yeah, that's the thing now. It's because he's had his time there. I don't want him now. That's the thing. I'm sick of getting Chelsea sloppy seconds. Do you know what I mean? I'm sick of it. But he's a really good coach, Graham Potter, and he
is.
But yeah, Brighton's just gone out and replaced him with an equally very good tactical coach. It's fair play to him.
Chelsea should not have sacked Potter. They should have stuck with him, just like Arsenal stuck with Arteta.
Yeah,
and I firmly believe Potter would have turned Chelsea around without a doubt.
That's another thing. Fair play to Arsenal for sticking with Arteta, because the fans wanted him out.
Yeah, they did.
This time last year, they all wanted him gone. You know. Yeah. These people going, trust the process, and there was idiots going, no, get him out. We want to win everything. And now look at them. They're enjoying it. They've got right now what we had under Pochettino.
Yeah.
It makes you sick.
It certainly does.
I haven't tried a goose on the loose. I think it's an IPL also. So I'm pretty sure that goose on the loose is an IPL, an India Power Lager, which I do like as a style. I do like a good IPL. And a hoppy lager. Jamie C. Hello, Jamie C. How are you, sir? My man over in New York. What's happening?
Easy enough.
What's happening, dog? Henry says, Paul, it doesn't say. It just says Corrie of Lager, born in Cornwall. The coast.
It is St. Austell. It is St. Austell.
Yeah, that's what St. Austell. I went down to when I was in Cornwall a couple of years ago. I went down to the St. Austell brewery, and I had a lovely time. I went into their gift shop and came out with a load of beers I'd never even heard of.
Have you been in the Adnams brewery shop?
No, I've never been to Adnams. Never been there.
No, you should go over there. It's a nice part of the world as well, and their brewery shop is enormous. It's absolutely enormous. You will spend money in there. You can't help it, but it's a huge brewery shop. It's absolutely massive.
Did they have any Eastern Edge left in there?
I don't know. I haven't been in there for a couple of years.
Right. I was going to say, I thought you'd been there recently or something. Yeah, I need to put it in order because someone told me they've got Eastern Edge still there. They've got some left, and I'm like, oh, could buy a crate. Such a good beer. That was the Sierra Nevada collab they did last year. What a beer that was. Doesn't actually say, yeah. So we're pretty sure it's St. Austell. It just says brewed in the UK.
100%.
So there you go, St. Austell. It's just confirmed. Top man. Terry's quick beer reviews. How are you, mate? How are you, Terry? It's me. Terry, have you officially retired from reviewing beers now, or what? If you're still watching, because I do still watch it. I think Terry used to upload a video every Sunday, I think it was. I used to love it. I used to get home from work on a Sunday morning and tune in, and he'd be sat in his shed reviewing a beer, and he'd be like, "Oh, I'm just having 5 minutes away from the wife, just having a beer," and it was great. It was great. It was just a very calming. It was a very calming sort of 5 to 10 minutes watching Terry review a beer. It was great. He always used to review proper traditional English beers and that. I haven't seen him do it for a while.
I'll have to give him a look.
I hope you're well, mate. Harry St. Austell, yeah. Jamie C, hello. Am I chatting? Smiley faces. Angie's fluid art. Angie's in. Hello, Angie. How are you?
Angie, you right?
How are you? American friends are joining in, which is a beautiful thing. Henry say hello. We're chatting away. Yeah, IPLs. I like them. I like just hoppy lagers essentially, but yeah, it's a good beer style. Very refreshing with a bit of aftertaste, you know. Craigie boys in. Hello,
He's
Craig.
great.
Kempster Reviews.
How are you?
How you doing, buddy? How are you? Hope you're well. If I'm chatting away, hope you're well. Lords are here. Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Bonjour, and it looks like the contents of Noah's Ark there. Following it in. Following it in. How are you, John? Are you coming on? I've sent you a link. Are you coming for a beer? Are you allowed? Jamie says, cheers, Henry. Everyone's chatting away. David Wilson is in. Hello, David.
Evening, David. How are you?
I'm empty. So it's time for another beer.
How are you, David? Hope you're well, mate. Hope you are well. What are you cracking open now?
I'm having another one from vacation. But I'm taking it up a notch. Love and Hate. They recently had their 6th anniversary, didn't they? So they've done what they did with Life and Death, and they've released some special editions of it. So they've got the double. This is the double version. It's got all tigery. So rather than 7.2, they've racked this one up to 8.6.
Sheesh.
So yeah,
nice.
8.6% Love and Hate, and I love the tiger wrap on that. That's really cool. Really nice.
Yeah, that's quite impressive.
So I'm going to get stuck into this one.
Get stuck in, son. Get stuck in.
Getting
stuck in with an 8 centre already. Very nice.
I bought a couple of cans of this and gave one to one of the lads who drinks in the bar. His favourite beer is Love and Hate.
It's great beer.
He loves it. I say 7.2 New England IPA. It is a terrific beer. And I said to you, they've done a double. And he was like, no. I said, yeah, they've done a double version. They've done a sour version, and they've done a double hopped version, and this double version.
A sour version.
A sour New England IPA, essentially. Yeah. So, but I really wanted to try the dipper. I mean, that looks cracking for a dipper. That looks beautiful.
Oh, nice.
That looks beautiful.
Yeah, I'm going to get another beer. It's
big aroma.
It's always easier to drink beer when you're not the host on a live, isn't it?
Yeah. When you feel like you've got to chat with everyone and interact with everyone, beers can go by the wayside sometimes. But it's
I did a live with Barry from All the Beer No Idea, a week or two ago, and I hosted it. And it's one of the rare occasions that I've come off a live not feeling a little bit pissed. I was hosting, I was doing all the majority of the talking, so I just wasn't really drinking. So which was quite nice. It was quite nice to come off that live not feeling a little bit wonky.
I used to get absolutely slaughtered when I used to do this every Saturday. I used to do the low live every Saturday afternoon. I used to get absolutely wankered.
But you were doing it wasn't unusual for you to go 6 hours, was it, on those Saturday afternoon lulls?
Yeah, it would happen, especially if Abby was at work.
Yeah.
If she was out, I was just like, I'm going to get hammered. I knew it was going to happen. I'd just sit there and I'd go through like just crates. I did a keg. I did a keg of
Helix.
What was it? I can't remember what it was now.
You did a keg of Mount Helix on a live, didn't you?
That's the one. Yeah, the Mount Helix. I'd had a few beers before, and then I waited for John to come on because I was going to drink the Mount Helix with him to see, to see what I thought of it. I just kept drinking it, and then oh dear. So I did 8 pints of that essentially, and a few other beers that I'd had.
Yeah, you did.
I went upstairs. All of a sudden, I got really, really hot. The room started spinning, and I just yacked up all over the place, and that was the end of my night. So Abby said she came home to me just passed out on the bed in my undercrackers. Somehow I'd managed to undress myself. I was just like, I'm taking all my clothes off. I was sick, and that was it. So done. So
I was ruined the other week when you were here, sitting in my bar, and we drank those 2 Belgian 750ml bottles together, as well as the other beers.
Yes.
I was in a ruined state by the end of that.
You were quite tipsy that night.
that was another one. I laid in bed, and it was the first time in a long time where I thought, "Uh-oh, the room's starting to turn."
Oh no, there's nothing worse than that. Nothing worse.
No.
Nothing.
But they were great beers. They were great beers, those Belgians, weren't they?
Oh god, yeah. I got another one here. I got a Westmail double that I'm going to drink. I said to Abby, I'm just going to have a few beers tonight, and she's like, "What ones have you got?" And I said, "I've got a lovely session IPA." And I said, "I've got a double IPA." She went, "Oof." and then I said, "I've just got a small bottle of Westmail double that I was going to drink." And she was like, "Right, I'll see you in about 4 hours then."
I'll see you in the morning.
So we'll see how we feel. But I'm in the mood for a couple of beers tonight. I am in the mood for it. This is lovely. I don't know if anyone's tried this this double version of the Love and Hate. It's just a shame that our camera doesn't focus on things properly. But that is cracking. That's a really nice version. Really drinkable for a dipper. Lovely beer. And he says, "Cheers, Jamie." John says, "Just driving home," and he's going to come on. Giggly. David said, "Good, thanks. Hope you and the family are okay, Chris." So David's just saying hello, Chris.
Evening. All good. Family's all good. We've had a nice weekend away.
God, how'd you do that? You weren't there, and then suddenly you appeared. Magic.
I'm normally sitting where you sit when you come here.
Oh, that's the point. Yeah, nick my seat.
I have nicked your seat. I thought I'd sit this side.
Terry says, "Not uploading since my iPad got too old. If I get a new one, I'll start again." Come on, Terry. Come on, Terry. Treat yourself. Treat yourself. Get a new bit of kit. Let's get your videos out there again.
Do it on your phone.
Hope you joined today. Most likely catch you on another live soon. So I think Andy's going live. Oh, Siren. What's that one? California IPA, is it?
It is, Huntington, California IPA coming in at 6.2% ABV.
Did you get that in a supermarket?
Yes.
Was it a Sainsbury's one or was it an Asda one? Or was it neither?
I got a sneaky feeling it's Asda. It is Asda. It is an Asda one. Yeah.
They're another brewery, Siren. I used to love Siren. When they were bottling their beers, I was well into Siren. I thought they were great. And I just kind of feel like ever since they started canning, they've just become a little bit run of the mill. I mean, it's still good, but back in the day, they were special. They were special.
That's very nice. I get what you mean about run of the mill. I do get that. I do understand what you're saying. That's nice. But for 6.2, I was expecting a little bit more, but it's still decent.
That's a lovely colour. That's exactly the colour I want an IPA to be fair.
It is very nice, actually.
Sierra Nevada vibes there. We are going to add another member to our panel. I'm calling it a panel. I'm being professional this evening. No pressure, Mark.
A panel? Are you sure, mate?
No, it's not.
Serious.
How's everybody doing?
I'll be drinking a lambic this evening. Going classy. No?
I did have a lambic the other night, though, to be fair.
Oh, you absolute rascal.
I'll tell you what I have got, Paul. Where is it? Oh, my God. I didn't drink it, did I? Where is it?
He had a 20-year-old bottle of something and he drank it by accident. Oh, you absolute slag. He's got Easter egg.
I thought they'd stop brewing it.
I was on their website a few weeks back and they were still selling crates of it. And I was like, oh, I want to do it. And I was at work and I completely forgot to do it. Do need to
My
get
hair's
something.
all over the gaff. How's everyone doing anyway? You all right? Recovered from earlier?
Yeah, just about. Just about. We've had a rant, me and Chris. We both had a rant about it. And,
are you both Spurs fans then?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah, for our sins.
Yeah.
For our sins.
Well,
hard time, mate.
We lost 3-2 to Morecambe this weekend, so you know.
Yeah, we could always be Charlton, couldn't we? I suppose.
That's it.
Losing 3-2 to Morecambe. That's
Yeah.
when you think Charlton Athletic. How long ago was it when they Premier League?
We got relegated. When was it now?
2011,
2012.
Oh, so not even 14 years ago. Excuse me, 10, 12 years ago. Mental.
Years.
They were a Premier League side. So what are you drinking, Mark?
Well, I don't know, mate. Believe it or not, I'm getting down to the last few of these Vice beers that I got from Great Escape.
Oh,
I thought you'd have drunk them all by now, Mark. That's all you seem to drink.
I nearly have, mate. I reckon. I think there's one left after Friday.
Wow.
Is there?
That shop is so bloody dangerous.
One left.
It's ridiculous, isn't it?
The
20,000 views I've had on that video.
20?
20,000.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's insane, mate.
It is. I don't know why that went so crazy. I've got no idea why that video went so mad.
No.
Well, thank God it did. 20,000 views. Oh.
Everybody wants to know, don't they? Everyone wants to know the secret to YouTube and how do you get all the views? And no one knows. No.
I've got no idea. No idea. Why that video just went so berserk? No idea.
So Chris is on a West Coast IPA essentially from Siren. I am on the double version of Love and Hate by Vocation.
Okay. So what we saying? Do I have to go IPA? I've got Torpedo in here.
Torpedo. You can do what you want, but
you've got to go over 6%.
But Torpedo is one of the greatest. I mean, if you drink Torpedo, you're winning instantly because it's one of the greatest beers ever brewed.
That good? I've never had it. Well, it's going to be pretty decent. It's from Sierra Nevada, but
it's classic. It's just a classic Westie. Classic.
Open it.
Yeah, open it. Stick it in your face.
No, I'm going to go Eastern Edge.
Oh, what a beer! What a beer!
Can't go wrong with that.
David Wilson. Benson says, "Evening, chaps. Enjoying a Mad Squirrel Roadkill. That's a good
decent
beer.
Good
cool
beer,
range. Good beer.
Good beer. Solid NEPA. What's that? 6.5% as well. So it's got a good, good ABV on it. I like that one. Good shout, Benson. Good shout, my friend. Good to hear. Dave says he's in his spoons. He's on a Stonehenge beer called Sign of Spring. Okay, bitter but coloured green.
I just saw your Instagram, David, before I come on, and it looks like pond water. It's got a weird sort of like nuclear green thing to it. It's strange.
Bloody hell.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers.
It does sound slightly off-putting, but
I'll see if I can get David's Instagram up. It is proper green. There it is.
Bloody hell.
That doesn't like water, doesn't it? Algae pond water. I'd have a go on it. I'll give that a go.
Strange.
I'd have a go on it.
I'd have a go on that, Stan.
Hit the like. Thank you, Henry. Appreciate that, mate. Mersey Beers is in. Hello, mate. Good evening. Happy Stout Sunday. Stout Sunday. So Mersey Beers is on the stouts. What stouts are you on, Mersey Beers? What's he on?
Oh, pardon me.
What the fuck was that?
What was what?
You not hear that?
Are you farting?
Are you flushing something? What is that?
I can't hear anything.
I can hear like a whooshing sound, like a
Whooshing noise. What is that? Sounds like someone's just flushed a chain somewhere.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Chris has got a stupid smirk on his face. He's doing something. Doing something. Messing around. I still hear it.
Let me talk. I don't think it's me. Let me just mute myself.
No, it's not you.
Right, how'd you mute? Oh, there it is. Hang on. Right, so I'm muting.
So is it me? Let me mute my.
Yeah, that's for you then.
Someone got a washing machine going or something.
I'm nowhere near a
Funny
washing
enough,
machine.
I don't have a washing machine in my beer shed.
Stop now. That was Mark's laughing. Something's going on. What are you bastards? Unbelievable.
What have we covered so far then?
Well,
Is it just been football?
we ranted about Tottenham, and then we got onto a normal conversation talking about beer and just talking about how nice beer is. And we really like it. Really like beer.
It's a good topic of conversation for this channel, mate.
I like drinking beer. Yeah, it's kind of soups really.
It's good, isn't it?
It's good. Has anyone? Let me catch up with the chat. Terry's quick review. Terry's quick beer reviews is in. He's a legend, and like I say, he stopped doing videos because he needs a new iPad. I thought it was going to be something serious, but he just needs a new iPad. Used to love watching Terry's beer reviews. James Hickey says the new Audi coffee stout, really good. Definitely recommended. I've not been to an Audi in months.
I haven't.
I kind of gave up on all. I'll tell you what, I did and I didn't. I went and bought the latest lot of Lidl beers and completely forgot I had them and didn't review them. But I don't know. I think the Audi Lidl beer thing, it's kind of running its course, isn't it? I think the amount of like decent cans, it's sort of like 2 years ago you'd nick 3 decent cans. Now it's like 1 decent can out of their beer festival range, and I don't know.
It's true. Yeah, I used to do a live stream every time they did it. The Lidl used to do like their Thursday launch, and I'd do a Saturday live stream, and I work my way through them, and I get absolutely slaughtered on bad beer. I was just like, why am I doing this? Why am I doing it?
A lot of it.
Not good.
Lidl put that Belgian beer box that they do. They put that in there now quite regularly, whereas that used to be quite rare that they'd put it in. Maybe twice a year they'd put it in. They put it in all the time now, Lidl.
It is. It's in like every 3 months now, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is still a bloody good beer.
It is a good box.
It is a bloody good box of beer.
Is that the Pirat? It's got the Pirat and it's
Golden Drac in it. There's
2 Golden Dracs, 2 different Pirats.
That's another one.
Yeah, it's a tiny box.
Is it the Bornham? The Bornham beers they've in there?
The Bornham Double is amazing. I love the Bornham Double. Yeah, it's a good box. I mean, everyone likes a good box. It is a good box.
Too right, Chris.
You like a good box. There we go. There's the first sexual innuendo of the evening. There it is. We all have a good box. David says, "What are you drinking, Adam? What are you drinking? Those beers says on Vax from Twice Brewed, which is a cherry milk stout.
Oh, cherry milk stout.
Cherry.
I like the sound of that. I like cherry in a stout.
I've got like a milk stout. We've got the maple milk stout from Mad Squirrel on at work at the moment. I quite like that one, and it's proving very popular. Very popular. Henry says, I have found most Belgian beers I've tried all have a wheat beer flavour to them.
They've got a spicy yeast. You eat spicy esters out of the yeast, haven't they?
Yes.
The blondes are.
I would say, I was having this conversation with you the other night, weren't I, Chris, about Belgian beers. And I said, I've realised where I was going wrong with Belgian beers, because I always used to say that Belgian beer is crap. And basically, I was just drinking the wrong Belgian beers. I was drinking blondes. And I basically, my opinion on Belgian beers was decided by blondes. And I just because I didn't like blondes, that was it. But then I started drinking doubles and some of these barrel-aged, darker brown Belgian beers. And I'm just like, these are some of the most amazing things I've ever drunk. I shared a Gordon Carolus whiskey barrel-aged brown with Chris the other night. And we just kind of sat there for a while, didn't we? Just pondering we were both just like, this is ridiculous. This is like one of the most ridiculous beers I've ever drunk.
The funny thing was with that beer is it was in a big 750ml bottle. It was an amazing beer, but the thing that I love about Belgian dark beers is what they did. Is what it did, because when we both took a mouthful, we both kind of dropped our shoulders and just went, oh.
Yeah.
They just do something, don't they? They just give you that relaxing vibe. They're just incredible. And we both did it. We both just sort of had a mouthful, went quiet, slumped in the chairs a little bit, and we're like, oh yeah.
Well, that's what they are, though, aren't they? They're like a thinker's beer. They're not a beer that I don't think they're a beer to be enjoyed in a pub. I think they're a beer to be enjoyed on your own or with a friend in a dark room. Like you say, Chris, where you can just kick back and think about it.
Yeah, if I'd have tried to review it, I just would have been sat there with a big grin on my face for about 15 minutes.
You do have a grin on your face when you get a nice bit.
When I have a good beer, I'm just like, great. That's lovely. It's so stupid. Because I went to I was in Brussels recently, and I went into the Beer Temple, which is a famous beer shop there, and I wanted to go in there and bring back big bottles rather than bring home a load of little ones. I thought I'd bring home a few big ones, and I wanted to bring home beers that I just hadn't seen before, and I knew I wanted darker ones, so I brought back the Golden Carolus whiskey barrel aged Bruton, because they do their own whiskey as well. So I thought that could be pretty special. Shared that with Chris. I've got a Chimay Quad. I've got a drink. I've never seen that one before. And I picked up a Westmail double purely because it was a big bottle. Well, I hadn't seen it in a big bottle before. And it's one of them doubles that I drink, and I'm like, yeah, it's delicious. So I'm going to polish that off as well. So, so I bought back a few big ones, and the level of care that they do there. So you picked up your bottles after, like, it was a museum essentially of Belgian beer. There was just so many beers, I didn't know where to start. And then you get to the till, and literally she was like, would you like a glass with your beer? And behind her was just a wall of, like every Belgian brewer has their own glass, right?
Yeah, beautiful as well, aren't they?
They are stunning. So behind her was just a wall of beer glasses, and I came back with a Delirium Tremens ones, because I'd always fancied one of their glasses. And so I came over, treated myself to a Delirium Tremens glass. But they literally had a glass for like every single, like almost every single beer they had in there. So it was like, it was ridiculous, like ridiculous. Yeah. And I was just like, we don't do nothing like that over here.
That's a proper thing out there, isn't it? It's like a beer, going out for a beer is an occasion.
Yeah, it is.
It is. But it has to be done correct.
I do recommend it. Everyone, if you like your beer, go to Brussels. Go to Brussels. It is ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. Like I say, I completely have a completely new appreciation for it, having just gone out there and drank what I drank, and then struggled not to piss myself on the train back to Lille that night. That was
nice, mate. That sounds perfect.
I literally had to throw a child out of the way to get into the toilet. The kid was going to go in there. I was just like, fuck that. Get out of the way. Yeah, great times. Yeah. We should all do it. We should all go to Brussels, get absolutely trolled.
Yeah, we need to do.
Those starring on my list of year's best beers with their recent Crescendo Chocolate Impy. Ooh. So I was literally just saying that I think Siren are a bit underwhelming these days, but to be fair, I've not had many of their dark beers lately. I tend to be having their pales and IPAs and things, so maybe that's where their attentions lie these days.
I think you've got to remember as well, David Wilson's not a million miles from the Siren Craft Brewery, so he's going to probably get, like, the closer you are to the brewery, the more chance you get to see the specials and like the little bit of different stuff.
Good point.
I imagine he's probably drinking some pretty decent stuff out of there.
Good point. There's a question directly to David. Right now, David, who do you rate, Siren or Elusive? I'm going to put them against each other. Siren or Elusive for you, David, seeing as they're neighbours?
They are like. Have you been to Elusive?
No.
They are like.
They're opposite each other, aren't they? On an industrial site. Yeah.
They're like there. We were driving when I was around my friends. When was it? Probably. I think it was just after New Year, and we were driving to Siren's Brewery, because I knew Elusive were around that area. Didn't know exactly where they were. I literally went in the road. Like industrial's actually got a main road, and you got all these spurs off. Went up the end, and I just saw a sign for Elusive. I was like swinging the car around, stick it in there.
No, I've heard the guys at Elusive chatting, saying that when they started out, how helpful Siren were. Mm-hmm. They said basically it got to the point if we were ever short on kegs, that we'd go over to Siren. They were like, yeah, sure, and they just roll over some empty kegs for them. I didn't realize they were that close together, so I was just like, Jesus.
But you know, like, you could literally throw a tennis ball from one door and hit the other.
Awesome. That'd be a dangerous afternoon, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
that'd be a dangerous afternoon. Right, we've got another distinguished gent ready to add to our panel. Are you ready for this?
Hello.
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 How are we, good sir?
Yeah, I'm fine. Lovely to see you all.
Lovely to see. Right now, we've got the creme de la creme of beer individuals on YouTube. Creme de la creme. Creme de la creme, we are. So there you go. Don't get any better than this. John, how's your Sunday been, you swine?
I've had a lovely day. It's been really nice. I had lots of fun. It's just been quality. The Kobe's been the whinge bag this weekend. Mike has been a superstar. Casey, she's always everywhere. So she's been at her cousin's house. Then she went out with her mate today after church. So yeah, it's been really good. It's just been a lovely family weekend. Apart from, I might have had a few beers Friday night and felt a bit terrible yesterday.
I heard about this. I heard John was being a bit of a rascal Friday evening.
I was a rascal. I was just, I don't know. I had a really stressful week. I hadn't eaten properly. And I just went hard on the beers.
It has to be done sometimes, though, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
Drinking on an empty stomach, it's good fun until we actually realise you're drunk.
I got off the stream the other night. I went downstairs like 8, so I was like, I need food. She was like, what do you want to get? I was like, pizza. And I drunkenly ordered pizza and 20 chicken wings. Idiot.
We've all done it. At that time, we all came back to John's place hammered. We ordered like 3 enormous pizzas and God knows what else.
From where I don't know.
That pizza, they found that on the floor, I think, put it in a box and gave it to us.
We were all rough after that pizza.
Yeah.
I think if we'd not had the pizza, we'd have probably been a bit better.
Yeah. Richie, hello, mate. Do you know what, mate? You can brag as much as you want. You deserve it. You deserve it. Newcastle fan, you're allowed to enjoy yourselves. You're allowed to. I'll let you, because you're a good lad.
It's Richie. Hello, mate.
He's in the flesh. He's in the flesh. Rich, we're over here. We're over here, son.
So how's your weekends been? What have you all been up to?
Working.
I've been in Norfolk all weekend. Got home today. This morning, I say this morning, around about lunchtime, was running around the beach in Holcombe in Norfolk. And then I'm now home, and here I am on a live. What a great day.
It is beautiful up there, isn't it? It's lovely up there.
Oh, Holcombe and Wales are just... The only problem with Holcombe and Wales is when the tide goes out, that fucker goes out. You can't even see it. It's
like
far
a mile
out.
or something.
Yeah, it's ridiculous when that tide goes out. You're just like, I'm not even walking that far. I'm not even going to do it. You can't see it. When we're at Wales, it was yesterday, we were at Wales, and we're like, we can't even see it. It was that far out. We couldn't even see it. And we're like, no, I ain't walking all that way. No.
Not having it.
And Holcombe's very similar, but we did go right up to the sea at Holcombe today. The dog loved it. It was the first time since we've had our dog that we've had the dog anywhere near water. I didn't even know if the little sod would swim, but she swam. Well, we found out yesterday because although at Wells the tide was so far out, you do get like these strange little rivers that run kind of through the sand. Some of them are really quite deep. And I was running the dog along a shallow bit, and I could see a really deep bit coming up. And I thought, I'm just going to let the dog keep running and see what happens. So the dog was running and then went for dump. Came back up and just swam along, just swam with no drama. And I was like, that's the first time we've seen the dog in water, and she loved it. So that was nice.
Oh, good girl.
That's nice.
Spaniels tend to love water, don't they?
Mm.
With their ears floating up. Love that. Jim, how are you, mate? Jim is in.
Hey, Jim.
Our man in North Carolina. How are you, sir?
What a legend.
What are you grilling? What are you grilling today, this fine Sunday afternoon?
It's going to be something amazing. Oh, do you see Crummy flexing in chat today?
Oh, I see it earlier.
He whacked his meat out, didn't he? Put it on a grill.
Yes, he did.
Dirty boy. He showed us all his meat, and I was there for it. Hello, Jim. How are you, mate? It's good to see you. David saying hello. Everyone's saying hello. Richie heard it. It sounded like a washing machine to me. Mark went very quiet. Chris went very quiet, but we could hear something definitely. It was either someone flushing the chain or a washing machine going off. That's what it sounded like to me. Is it raining?
Sorry. I saw Chris's sign and then went into my internal voice didn't stay inside. I saw the Yorkshireism.
Henry says, "Be right back, real quick. Just grabbing a lager. He's going for it. He's going for the Corriv. He's going for it." Dave says there's going to be a few beers in Lidl next week. They're doing another beer launch, are they, this week? Let's see.
Nice.
I've just got to disappear for a sec. I'll be back.
Oh, no worries, mate.
Crack on. Rich says, I only like Guinness now. I'm hunting for a decent beer. There's plenty of them out there, son. There's some good beers, good breweries popping up in your neck of the woods as well. Up in
there is.
You North Shields or South Shields? I can't remember now. I can't remember what you told me.
No, I thought you said
I've been in the North East though. How it? Jay says, "Are you doing a shift at Lords at Brew London this year? If they are going, so you're not exhibiting, are you, this year at Brew London?"
I'm not exhibiting. No, not this year. Focus is in different. I think it's good to give it a break. I might do next year, but it's just, we've got obviously things happening. Bar to be bought. I've got a whole board meeting about funding on Wednesday, which will be fun.
Yeah.
So, just
I think a lot of breweries have knocked it on the head. Well, not knocked it on the head, but given Brew London a miss this year, because we've seen the lineup. It is lacking. I
haven't seen the lineup actually.
Well, they've come in with a couple of heavyweights last minute, and I think they've just given them the stands there just to kind of give it a bit of sex appeal.
Do you know though? They're not like that. They're very fair people. So I'd be surprised if they gave it to them.
I reckon they did, because there was nothing. It was rubbish, and then out of nowhere on the same day they announced Brew York, Siren, Sierra Nevada, and what was the other one they announced? There was another one they announced. There was one other really big brewery they announced out of nowhere after months of just mediocre non-box office breweries, and all of a sudden they chucked in a load last minute, and then the Sierra Nevada announcement was just like, I'm sorry, hello.
Yeah, that's quite crazy one. You'd have thought they'd have been there almost first on the list.
Yeah, but they're literally just about to launch. Well, they're about to relaunch their draft beer in the UK. So they're obviously with that in mind. So I'm going to be schmoozing with Sierra Nevada on trade day.
I'm tempted to come down on trade day.
Are you coming?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'd be nice. I could do it just a bit of breather. You what, buddy?
We were talking about this, weren't we, doing trade day? Because I don't really fancy doing the weekend because it's Coronation weekend. It's going to be absolutely hell in London.
Yeah. And
if we do the Friday,
that's another thing. I think it's just kicked them in the arse. It's Coronation weekend. I just hope there's not many who've committed.
Well, that's hard. I feel sorry for them for that. Shall I have a look and see if there's any tickets? Let me have a look. I did ask for a trade ticket, but they didn't. They didn't send me one back. So I was like,
I'll see if I can get you another one, because I'm there with our sales guy on the Friday. Ben himself isn't going. He now can't make it, but I'm there with Martin, our sales guy, on the Friday.
I've just had a look through the list. There's still not a lot on there, is there?
No, it's properly lacking. It is properly lacking. I am literally going there with my work head on this year, just to chat to a few breweries whose beer I would like to have on. But I'm going to be proper signaling out the local stuff really, and Sierra Nevada and Hofmeister.
can't see. I'll give him a ring on tomorrow.
Hello, Keith. How are you? Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Hi, Keith. You all right?
How you doing? Dave says hello, Keith. Jim says I used to get the Grimberge Belgium mixed pack all the time. That's hard to find here in the States. The Grimberge. That's a great name. The Grimberge mixed pack.
Is that going to be the Grimbergen one?
Grimberge.
I'm drinking. I'm on the old.
Oh, he's only on the Augustina Hells. He's just subtly pulling out one of the best lagers ever brewed there.
It's annoying, isn't it?
Absolute tit.
It's only a pound.
Steve's in. Hello, Steve. How
Hey,
are
Steve.
you, sir?
Hey, up, Steve.
This is evening all. Hope you're all good. Not drinking tonight. Saving myself for Wednesday. No, was it your 40th for Wednesday? Goodness me. What are you doing for it, Steve? Are you out on the razzle, son? Are you out on the razzle? Keith, hello. Hello again. Thank you for joining us. Hope you're well. How you been? Hope you're doing well. What was I chatting? I was chatting to Keith on... I forgot which stream I was watching when I got chatting with you. Was it Craig? Bit beer reviews, we were chatting away. I can't remember now. I was very drunk at the time.
I was
very drunk. Dave, was it? Steve. Paul does like blondes naughty. He's blue, Jeff. He's blue. He's blue. Love it. Hello, Mr. Wilson. Hope you're good. Just says I enjoy a 750 once in a while, like maybe a saison or a framboise on certain occasions. Yeah, I like that. I'm with you. Speaking of which, I am going to crack into this Belgian double. I'm going to drink it because I'm right in the mood for it. So here we go. This is what I'm going to be drinking for the next hour or so, I suppose. Westmail double. The Westmail double. Where's me?
Is it next week? Am I being completely plonkerish?
It is. It's
Friday the 5th. Oh, wow.
Friday the 5th, yeah. So not next Friday, the Friday after.
Paul. Shall I come down on Thursday?
Yeah.
And then come with you?
Yeah, that would make sense.
Would that be better?
That would make sense.
And then shall I leave on Saturday then? Because we might...
Up to you, or you can come and... What am I doing Saturday? Because we're at there's a craft festival at Hatfield House that weekend, and we're exhibiting there all weekend. So Ben is doing the Friday. I think I'm doing the Saturday off the top of my head.
All right, so you'll want to be
so
up and out.
You can come work with me. It's an easy gig. We're literally just selling cans. We're not even we haven't even got Linda's there. We're literally just selling refrigerated cans. We're talking waffle.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
And then I could, or you know what? It might even make sense for me just to drive to you, like last time.
Drive to me.
Drive to you, and then we'll go on the Friday, and then come back Friday, and then Saturday morning I can just jump in and get out your hair.
Well, it's up to you.
Or I'll come and help you.
We can hang out with us Saturday.
I just got this weird feeling I've got to do something next Saturday.
Do
you know what it might be? It might be moving.
Easy thing to slip the mind, mate.
I'm sure I'll do something. It might be moving house.
Well, I don't know yet. I don't know. It's all up in the air. Flipping it, man.
Oh, lovely bit of smoke on the opening of that bad one.
I'll find out how much the ticket is anyway. Helps if you put the right time, not 9 o'clock at night, idiot.
Listen to that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, baby.
Oh,
yeah, baby. Right.
Oh,
Bear with me 1 second. You two up to 4. I was going to blow my Uta.
Oh, here we go. You'll see his blinds move. What have you been up to today, Marky baby?
I've had a nice chill one today, mate. We walked the dogs early doors. Watched a bit of the old soccer, didn't I, Paul? Watched some football. And then Mum and Dad came over. I've done a massive bolognese for everybody.
Nice.
And that's been pretty much it. Yesterday, went to my local craft brewery. My mate was playing. He's like a guy with a guitar sort of set. He was playing a cassette in the brewery quite early. So, went down, had a few sherbets down the local brewery, which is nice. So,
Lovely job.
yes, mate. Very, very chilled. What about you?
Yeah, just just chilling. It was just church in the morning. Well, it was a very relaxing morning actually. And then went to church. It was nice, good service, chilled. Stayed, hung around.
Chris is
had
back.
some
There we go.
coffee and food and stuff. Saw all my nieces and nephews, and then we went home and we cooked. We went to Sainsbury's. Got them massive Aunt Bessie's Yorkshire puddings.
Yeah.
Got one of them. Bought a cooked chicken. Don't shoot the messenger. I just wanted something quick and easy. Got tinned carrots, tinned peas.
Oh my god.
Cooked it, whacked it all inside the thing. Loads of gravy on it. That was lunch. It's great.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
All I had was gravy. Gravy.
Oh, I love a bit of gravy.
Oh, gravy. Northern boys love gravy.
Oh, do you remember that?
Yeah.
Korean was good.
So gravy. Northern boys love gravy. Yeah, totally with you. So I've just cracked into a 750. Cheers. Cheers, everyone. Cheers.
Oh, lovely. Oh, I don't know where to go next. I don't want to do... John, I'm down to my last wheat beer.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice.
Oh, no. Oh,
Last
no,
one.
No.
I feel like I should have that
18
for a
quid.
review, really.
Was there 24 in that box?
Who's asking?
Yeah.
Yes, there was.
Oh, it shut me door.
18 quid to get to London, but it's really expensive to get back.
Yeah, that when you leave. You can't leave.
Well, if I left at like 10:40, 44 quid to get back, so £62, that's a lot of money. Might as well just pay for fuel.
So whether would it be cheaper to drive?
Yeah, at this point.
Maybe.
It's only because it's the coronation weekend. It's getting out of London on Saturday.
Fleecing people that weekend. Joel says jury service starts for me tomorrow. Can't wait.
Oh, man.
Boom.
Sorry about that, mate.
Poor sod.
Depends on what you get, doesn't it? If you get a good case, it can be right interesting.
I suppose. I've never done jury service. Has everyone else here done jury service?
No.
I've never done it. I've never done it either.
So you're cutting it and you've never done it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I just couldn't think of what if you got to work, And they're like, oh yeah, no, you got to go do jury service instead.
I think it's non-negotiable if you get called up. I think you've got to have an amazing reason to not do it. I think it's
Yeah, you've got to be like
It's fairly
holiday, something like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's got to be like something, or I'm a caregiver, or
I can't be
I don't
bothered.
Yeah.
I cannot leave my work because I'm the director, or something
Or,
like
or
that.
your head fell off, or something like that.
My head. I've got a massive green head.
Yeah, I can't fit in doorway. Something like that.
I'm so fat and sexy.
Belgian Mersey beer says Belgian quads and strong dark beers are good. Belgian sour reds are good as well. Yeah. So Abby discovered Delirium Red when we was in Brussels, and that's like
good beer.
favorite. It's like now her favorite beer. So it was just like that. So if we hadn't gone, she wouldn't have discovered that. You see.
I'll tell you one of the best beers I had when I was in France last year. I had a Le Chouffe Rouge, I think it was, and it was like a cherry and raspberry. Oh, it was insane. Like proper holiday beer when the sun's shining, About 10.5%, few of them. Trying to climb on top of the message. She's like, no. That sort of thing.
Glorious. No, I can't wait. I was saying to John, so we all need to go Brussels together because we would absolutely tear it up.
I think Brussels might tear us up.
that as well.
Let's be real.
That too. Yeah, we would be a mess. We would be a mess.
It would be wild, wouldn't it?
The beer in Belgium is awesome. The food is garbage. I'm just putting it out there.
Why? What way?
Puddings wise, right? Belgian waffles, amazing. Belgian chocolate,
Yeah.
amazing. Belgian fries, crap.
What? Are you kidding?
No, true story. Belgian fries are rubbish. They're like,
But that's like one of their things that they're meant to be really good at.
I know, but the only difference is literally they're like if you went to Lidl and bought a bag of French fries, frozen French fries, chuck them in the air fryer for 20 minutes, and then chuck mayonnaise all over them. That's what Belgian fries are. They're absolute crap.
They have these ones that are double. Honestly watched the thing about where you went.
It's a myth. It's a myth.
They had these double fried fries.
Oh, they were double fried, all right. Over fried. They were air fried twice. They were crap. Honestly, awful. Belgian fries were awful.
Oh,
Telling you now, their waffles amazing. Like puddings wise, the Belgians have got it down. They've nailed it. They've absolutely nailed it. But their real food is toilet. It's not good. Their beers are sensational though. Sensational.
Well, maybe that's why their food's are pants, because you're normally so mullered on the beer, you don't really taste what you're eating.
You don't need food, do you? Yeah. To be fair, I ate them. We staggered out of Delirium Village, grabbed a portion of Belgian fries, and I just kind of like, these are delicious. They weren't. They were just air fried chips. Staggered on my way to the train station, really needing a wee.
About €11.
Oh, delicious. These are great. That branded cardboard box that they gave them to. Awful. Steve says we'll be going to Beak and Abyss tap rooms on Friday. Ooh, good man.
right.
I wouldn't mind going to the Beak tap room. They do something.
Where's that? That's like West Sussex somewhere, isn't it?
He's down south, isn't he, Steve? Down south?
Not Uckfield. Lewis?
It's
Somewhere
New
like
Haven.
that?
New Haven, yeah.
Oh, the New Haven. Wow, that's right by my brother's house.
I used to live in New Haven.
I like Beak. They do some good beers.
Right, okay. So if we wanted to go to Brussels, I could do return for 90 quid.
Brussels.
90
flight?
90 quid. Fly out of Manchester,
quid.
land in Dublin, then Dublin to Brussels. So I get 4 aeroplanes for the price of 2.
Wow, you got to do 4 aeroplanes.
No.
I love flying, so that's great. I get 4
it's not that
takeoffs
far
and
off.
landing.
I'll just jump on the Eurostar, mate. Now I've done the Eurostar, I will never ever fly anywhere else. Well, certainly won't be flying to Brussels or France, that's for sure.
But I'd have to get.
You could drive down. You love a train. Drive down here.
I do love a train.
Get on the Eurostar.
We could
Eurostar is
do
the
King's
It'll be quicker.
Where does it go from? Is
King's
it
Cross.
Yeah, St Pancras, isn't it? No, not St
King's
Pancras.
Cross and Pancras,
Yeah, I was right the first time.
the one across the road? What's it called?
Yeah, across the road from King's Cross. Yeah, St Pancras.
It is St Pancras. Yeah, so I could get down there for that ticket was what, 20 quid.
Laughing.
How much is the Eurostar over to Brussels?
Well, we got the Eurostar to Lille, and it was 65 quid a return.
Wow.
That's good.
And then from Lille, it was half an hour on the train to Brussels from Lille.
Wow.
Nice.
That's not bad.
That's good.
Maybe we do a race.
We could do a Top Gear race. Yeah, we could.
We could do a race.
Document it.
Train versus Hook of Holland ferry and drive down.
with beer involved to see how messy it gets.
I could do the one and get into Amsterdam and then try and drive across. That'd be funny.
Smoking a pancake.
Ah, yes. Or one of us does the road, does the drives to it.
I'll fly from Norwich to Amsterdam because that's about the only route they do.
Norwich.
Everybody in Norwich wants to schmock and have a pancake.
Did see that, Joe. I did see that. I don't know if anyone in the world drunk it though. Did anyone have the Tiny Rebel?
I feel like Disco got one or someone like.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
it was a New Year thing, wasn't it? It was like a New Year, New Me, and they did this like energy take range, didn't they?
That's it.
When I was in Wales next to the sea yesterday, there was a shop selling that crap prime energy drink for £15 a bottle.
They're selling it for £10 in a corner shop round the corner.
The problem
Why?
is there's a whole bunch
Why
of
is it
fake
that price?
It's because all the kids want it. There's a load of fake stuff out though. So I told Kobe, I said,
Brilliant.
look, even if somebody offers it to you in the playground, don't drink it because unless you buy it from Asda where you know where it's come from, there's a solid chance that you could be buying fake stuff. And I don't know what they put in it. I just don't know.
Yeah.
Well, I think if you're paying any more than £2 a bottle for it, you're a mug and you deserve to get scammed.
Rabies.
Yeah.
Rabies.
Rabies. David has answered Siren. Siren over Elusive. He's gone for it.
Whoa.
He's gone for Siren.
Big shout.
I've been saying lately, apart from Oregon Trail, I think Elusive are a bit of a myth. To be honest, I've had some weird beers from them lately. Some really weird beers.
Yeah, I agree.
Oregon Trail is amazing. Like it is hands down the best British brewed West Coast IPA I've ever had.
Easy.
And it's because of that I'm like they're outstanding. But then I've had a brown ale from them recently, which was garbage. I've had a red ale from them lately, which was garbage. And I'm just like, what's going on here? What is going on?
You had that American Red. You had the one after mine. I had
I'd level up number 30.
Level up, that's it.
Yeah, and it was poo. It was just not good at all. Not good. And I've had their Janet's Brown recently, and that is an odd beer. It's a really odd beer, and it's really highly rated as well. And I've got it on keg at work at the moment. Some people really, really like it, and I'm just like, I can't get used to it. I can't warm to it. You know,
I had it in a can. I did have Janet's Brown in a can, and I didn't warm to it. I really didn't. The Oregon Trail, like you say, is amazing. The double Oregon Trail is very good. The black Oregon Trail is fantastic. But apart from that, I have had a few wonky ones from Elusive recently.
Oh, is that the Tigger? Is that the Tigger?
Yeah.
Am I making it up? Oh, I've had that before. Is that their Hells?
Yeah.
That is
really
a beautiful Hells. Yeah, that's a really good Hells lager. Wrexham are going up. They're going up. Deadpool, he's done his magic.
Yeah, he's incredible as well.
Yeah.
I'm pleased for him.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful story. It's a great story. Angie says a recent favourite is Flying Dog's Cream Team. So cookies and cream, milk stout at 9.5%. Yummy.
They are one of the breweries that got me into craft beer. When they used to sell their red IPA, they used to sell a red canned IPA. Then they used to sell a green canned session IPA. And then Stone used to put the old good version of the IPA on the Tesco shelves in 355 cans.
I've not had a Flying Dog beer in years. Can't remember that the last time I had a Flying Dog beer.
I've never seen a
Really
Flying Dog.
They used to do what was it? They used to do like a stronger range. They called it Flying Bitch, didn't they?
Actually,
wow.
It is. True story. And the Flying Bitch. It was like a double bitch IPA or something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. They were rude. They were blooming rude, they were. Man United in the final. Same old.
Yeah, they beat Seagulls on penalties 7-6, I think it was.
Yeah, that's right. So I didn't even know who they were playing. Someone said earlier at Brighton. So John.
This is what's happened to my house, Paul. I've become this football person.
You knew more than I did.
That's never happened before. Ever.
No. Ever. Mersey Beer says the best brown ale I ever had was either from Elusive or Track.
Track do a good brown ale. I haven't got the can anymore. I think I reviewed it, the brown ale from Track. That was superb.
I don't think I've ever had a bad beer off Track. Ever.
Track are a great brewery. Great brewery.
Do you want to rustle that bag a bit more, Mark?
I'm sorry.
It's got a bag.
It's getting triggered.
It's fish and chips turned up. Look.
Is there any fish and chips?
I'm going to be proper wankery. And I'm going to say the best brown ale I've ever had is the Maduro Brown from Cigar City in Florida. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Trappings of a rich man.
That's proper beer snobbery for you right there.
That is.
The Maduro Ale, the brown ale from Cigar City, is a thing of beauty. Thing of beauty.
Mm.
Did
you see Crummy's video earlier on trying American beers?
I didn't watch the video. I just saw the picture that you put on your TV, and I was like, I just saw him holding a bottle of Sierra Nevada Pale Ale, and it was surrounded by absolute filth. And I was just like, Tom, why are you holding that with all them other idiots? I was like, what's going on? So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I think he gave me an idea.
by the
Something
way.
I'd like to try. I'd like to get some proper American beers and get me, Mike, and Steve to try them out at the brewery. I think that would make a great video.
Yeah, do it.
Proper American beer.
Do it.
That'd be good. Yeah, I've got to get some on. I was looking online. What do any of you guys recommend? Anyone good?
What, from the States?
Yeah, for getting American beer in the UK.
Yeah, Sierra Nevada.
We tried 12 Sierra Nevada beers.
That's the thing. Since Beer Hop shut down last year, there's not there are other companies that do it, but they're charging way over the top for them. They're really annoying. Yeah, I mean, if you go to Sierra Nevada shop UK, you just get awesome Sierra Nevada beers. But there's I think it's literally called beersofUSA.com or something like that. But they're well overpriced, really overpriced.
Mm.
My mum and dad are going over to my uncle's for a wedding in the summer, this coming summer. So I'm going to do just a massive beer order to my uncle's house and get them to bring it back.
Awesome. Chris, have you got a roof light in your pub shed?
I've got lights in the side of it.
No, behind you. There's like a square on the ceiling.
What, this?
Yeah.
No, that is a you can't really see it, but that is a one-off, one and only painting of a Coca-Cola bottle. It's a genuine painting, hand painted. It's the only one in existence from that artist.
Oh wow,
that's what it is. Yeah.
There we go. Loves his art.
He does. Chris and his. I don't know if your Mrs. name is out there, so I won't say. But they do like, you do like craft, and you do like arty stuff.
Yeah, we do, yeah.
And it's nice. It's quite refreshing, actually.
Mm. Bit of culture. A bit of
culture. They're very cultured people.
Yeah.
Rachel more so than me.
Chris is an absolute flag.
Pub.
So I bought that when we was up at yours a couple of weekends ago, didn't we?
That was awesome, man. What a lovely day. What a lovely day.
And I also bought, where is it? Oh, can you see that?
Is it busy for BS? Yeah.
So I bought that when I was up at John's a few weekends ago with you, Mark.
Brilliant.
That was a good weekend, that.
Yeah, it was.
That was quality. Quality.
Paul.
Yeah, Dave just confirming. Oh, yeah, I like that. I liked it. It's nice.
Good.
It was cheap. It was a cheap Polly's beer, but it was a good supermarket.
You know what I liked about it? It didn't have that different branding that they put on the other cans in Morrison's.
Yes.
So it's just like,
yeah, I liked it. It was thin. It was a thin Polly's beer, but for the supermarket, it's very good.
Let's give it a go.
David says had two Port Elusives in a row, one of which Chris had, and the Siren 10-year anniversary beers were all good. Now, see, right now, if I was put on it, I would probably still say Siren, and that's saying something because I don't think Siren are as good as they once were.
Yeah, I went in there and I hit. I think there was a bit of Kaleidoscope on there, which was a West Coast pale. It was very West Coast heavy when I went in there. There was a couple of West Coast pales, Oregon Trail on keg, the American. Oh, what was it called, Paul? Sorry, something 29. You had 30, didn't you?
Oh yeah, level up.
Level Up. Simcoe and Galaxy, I think it was.
Yeah,
That was really good. So the beers that I had in there were really good.
yeah.
I just didn't.
It is. Sometimes you just get it right, don't you? Sometimes you just get the right
Just get it
beer.
right, I think.
Sometimes it doesn't work. You know, it is what it is. I've had some dodgy ones from Elusive lately. I'm just like, oh man, you know. But you think they get it so right with one particular beer style. Sometimes they just don't nail it with others. You know. Oh, we got there, Chris. Is that a Don Zoco?
It's not a Don Zoco. I can see why you think that. But I'm going to put my hand over. What brewery do you associate that lettering with?
Oh, is it Brixton?
Yeah.
Or
It's funny.
Boxcar?
Yeah, see, I think Brixton straight away. Now I'm going to reveal.
Co-op?
Cheeky.
Gypsy beers on the low live this evening. Gypsy beers. Thank you.
Hey, hang on a minute. Co-op are dark horses, right? They do a salt and vinegar, which is like sea salt and Chardonnay vinegar crisp, and it is better than any kettle chip you can buy. Better than any Mackey's. That is the number one chip, and it's £1.
Wow. That's
I bought these to review them just out of giggles. I thought it reminds me of Brixton.
You're on to something, Richie. Yeah, it does. That's Brixton's font all over, isn't it?
It is, isn't it?
Yeah. But the funny thing is, so when I picked it up, I thought this has got to be brewed by Brixton. And then I looked at where it was brewed. It's brewed in France.
Oh, Christ.
So it ain't Brixton.
French lager.
Oh, dear.
So I thought I would review it on my channel. I thought I'm going to do some budget beers. And this is, I don't know, you say budget. It's £4.25 for 4 cans. Where's the budget?
I thought you were going to say £4.25 for a can then. I thought, what?
Yeah, I was like,
Co-op? Cheeky bastards.
And I did have a can of it last night, and it made me laugh. It did make me laugh. So I thought I'm going to have another one tonight and see if it still makes me laugh. And then I'll probably review it at some point this week.
so you had
I mean,
It looks so dark.
Cheers, mate. You've had a positive experience with it, though.
Well, yeah, because it made me laugh.
What's the ABV on it?
It still makes me laugh. It's 4.6.
Good ABV.
4.6.
4.6. It's amusing.
Why?
I'll tell you
Who's brewed it for him?
Let me tell you why it's amusing. It tastes exactly like when I was a kid. I used to get jelly sweets that were in the shape of a beer bottle and had a little white head and in a beery colour, and that's exactly what they taste like. That tastes like exactly.
What, even the sweetness as well?
Yeah, everything about it. As soon as I took a mouthful, instantly I thought beer bottle sweets. Instantly.
Wow.
That's what it tastes like. So it makes me laugh.
Sorry, Richie. I thought you were one of the Shields, mate. I thought you were one of the Shields. It's from
Actually,
Ashington.
the chemist.
Ashton the chemist.
I'm never going to forget that. I love that.
Great.
Oh, Richie, I love you, man. You
That
crack
was
me up.
great.
Oh,
Excuse
dude.
me. Dave says another festival worth a visit if you're near London is the London Brewers Alliance. Yes, at Fuller's. Yes, I want to go to that. I want to go to that. We might be going to that for a work thing. We might be going to that. I'm well excited about it if we do get to go. So it's a beer festival. I think it's a one-day thing at the Griffin Brewery in Chiswick at Fuller's.
Mate, that could be a good birthday thing for me. Just saying. Throw that out there.
Be.
Fuller's, if you're watching.
Is that your
My
birthday? Is it?
The day before. Day before.
Day before. Oh. Keep that in mind, son. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. I am bang up for that, David. Are you going, Dave? Are you going? I'm so behind with the chat. Let me blitz. Me and my mate aren't going up in the camper van this year. Got Butlins 80s weekender instead. John Show is banging dad trainers.
Dad trainers all the way, baby. Silver
They're
Shadow.
so retro. They're fantastic.
They're great. Aren't they?
Absolutely, Jimmy. Absolutely, yeah. If you just drink, I mean, if you're getting the festival glass anyway, you can't really get that hammered, unless, of course, you're Mark.
I was going to say I can take this. I'll take this one from here.
Yeah, I was going to say, unless you're Mark, and if you punch a pint glass from Budvar and it's go everywhere drinking everyone's beer by the pint, then you can get yourself annihilated.
What you don't want to do, Jim, I can't tell you what to do, what's best, but I can tell you what's worst is going to see Vibrant Forest, telling them you really like their Imperial Stout. They put you on this 13.2% Imperial Stout in by the pint.
Have a pint, please.
What? They gave you a pint?
Yeah, that'll see you home.
That is unbelievably irresponsible on their part, to be fair, but they did it.
I just love the fact that he was so fine. We'd had a really good time working on the bar, me and Mark, and we'd had a few beers, lots of banter with the customers, meeting people. My favourite was, I think my highlight was those two vegan ladies that were, it was a vegan couple, wasn't it? And they were like, I bet none of these beers are vegan. And I was like, they're all vegan. Are you a vegan? Hell no. And they were great fun. They had a great time, but they were ready to tear me a new one. And then when Mark went, he looked fine. He was like, "Oh, see you later. I'll take a Lord's glass. Do you mind?" I was like, "No, you go for it." Came back. He had a Budvar glass, and he was absolutely buzzing. I think the phrase is.
He was off his. He was out of his tree, wasn't he, Mark? Bless him. He was having a good time.
I had a good time. But I'll tell you what it was, and John alluded to it earlier, didn't have dinner.
Yeah, you got some food, didn't you? Schoolboy.
Fatal.
Eat properly. Didn't get to eat properly. Didn't get to drink.
Chris is in. He says, "What's happening, fellas? Paul, Marco, Chris, and John. I hope you had a good weekend, lads. As for the football, me being a Chelsea supporter, I'm depressed at a minute, but at least we didn't lose 6-1. Yeah, true. You didn't lose 6-1, but at least we're in the top half of the league. You know what I mean? And another thing, it's fun now. There's Ken Bates handing over the bloody reins of the cup to Roman Abramovich. Were you even alive at that point, Chris? Were you actually alive? Genuine question, because I know you're a youngster, aren't you? You're a whippersnapper. Was you even alive? Do you even know who Ken Bates is?
How do,
Simo, you northern bastard. Fuck it, Simo. What's happening, Simo? How are you? I've just done 700 subscribers, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yes, I saw that.
He's smashing it. Go on, Simo. Hope you're well, mate. Hope you're well. City going to win the FA Cup again this season. You'll be happy about it.
Now done.
And they're going to smash Arsenal on Wednesday night, which would be beautiful. He's going to be live on Wednesday. Oh, he's doing a live on your birthday, not going out. Going to be live on Wednesday with Brad, Geordie, and Trilby. They're now on the chat rooms Friday. Awesome. Sounds good. We've lost John. John's
He must be down. I reckon he's probably down with Trilby then if he's down in West Sussex.
Yeah, I think they're not too far away from one another, to be fair. Jim says Westbow, great brewery. Yes, I'm currently enjoying a large bottle of their double, which I need to top up while I'm thinking about it.
I've still got this.
What's that
It's
one?
not Belgian, but it is an Abbey beer.
An Abbey beer. Abbey beer.
Ampleforth.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, I've heard of them.
I don't know, Derbyshire. I don't think you're York.
York, where? Chris says, my wife bought me some iron ore for Christmas. She seems to have misunderstood when I asked for a slag. What? Jimmy's in. Hello, Jimmy. I was on a Heineken last night and back in the pub about 1 today, so my head
Jesus.
basically. Bloody hell. He's been on it. Which says, beautiful British quintessential sauce gravy. It is. It's a necessity. Everybody loves a wheat beer. He loves it. Pardon. Mersey Beer says, as a mild interlude, Stout Sunday has a mild interlude with a mild from New Bristol. It's called Ruby, 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 Ruby. Oh. That one. David's in. Hello, David. I won't
Hey,
keep that
David.
up for long because it offends me. Jimmy Guitars, hope you're well. I was chatting. Anyone had any? I've had that. I have had that. I have had Keo from Cyprus, and it wasn't terrible. You know,
It's all right.
it wasn't
I've done a
terrible.
season in Cyprus, and that was the juice of the summer.
Juice of the summer.
Mhm.
That's a great way of describing it. That was summer juice. That is the weirdest thumbnail. So we got Diego Simeone there, sitting on blue chairs with an Arsenal badge next to him. I'm completely confused by the whole thing. So Diego Simeone is the Atletico Madrid coach, has been for a number of years now. Has been linked with Arsenal for a number of years, but now they're doing all right under Arteta. They're sitting in chairs that look like they were ponced straight from Stamford Bridge. I don't get it. Very confused. Very confused. Captain says, when I die, I want my ashes pressed into a record. My vinyl request. Way! Love that. Love that. That is a great joke. Which says us Geordies could put some beer away. First time I said, yeah, cheers, Jimmy, mate. Cheers, mate. Thanks. Right, Joseph, again, when I was Brussels, you was in Brussels. I tried to eat the menu, ended up at a waffle cart. Don't remember going back to the hotel. I totally get that. I totally understand that, how that would happen. It's definitely a beer drinker's city, is Brussels, without any shadow of a doubt. Mussels from Fritz in Belgium, proper ones of the business. Oof. I had the frites and they were garbage. And we went into a restaurant before we went drinking. And the lady who I was with, who was eating the mussels, said they weren't the best mussels she'd ever had either. So our genuine report on Belgian food was that the Belgian food was poor, but the beer was superb. That's all I can say. That is all I can say. Whether we just went to the wrong restaurant, I don't know.
I couldn't imagine that I've never eaten a mussel and I never will. Most unappetizing looking thing on the planet. Just eat a black shelled thing covered in sea urchins.
Last time I ate mussels, I was in Tenerife. And I think I was hammered when I went into the restaurant. And I said, yeah, I'll have a plate of mussels, please, mate, and some chips. And I was eating sand and that for the next half an hour. So I was just stupid. John's back. What is that? What is that camera? What is that camera?
I don't know what's going on with.
What's happened to
Is
your
it bad?
net? Yeah, you were proper pixelated.
It's gone from like. Yeah, it's gone from like 15 meg to like 3, and I have no idea why. No idea. I don't know. Very strange. It's they're putting all new fibre down this valley, and it seems like occasionally they do something or something happens, and then all the internet just goes rubbish. And then I'm only a mile from the exchange, so it should be really, really good. But
could be.
it just goes like this
now.
sometimes.
You look all right now.
Yeah, it's weird. It's really weird. But then some chav crashed into one of the cabinets the other day and took out most of the valley's internet. So,
oh dear, good job. Henry's on some venison. He's eating some venison because he's a classy broad. He's eating some venison. Jim says steak and frites with a strong Belgium is pure bliss. As long as they're not Belgium chips, they'll be fine. I think Paul just went somewhere with naff. Maybe I did. I don't know. But, I mean, it was literally in the centre of Brussels. Maybe that's not the place to go for Belgian frites. I don't know.
Tourist trappy.
Probably. But
mind you, how badly can you balls up a chip?
Well, that's the thing. They just tasted like overly done, like air fried fries to me. I just thought they were crap.
Have you been to Blackpool? That's all I'll say.
Yeah, I'm never again.
Yeah, I've had chips there that were luminous yellow. They look like they've been cooked in antifreeze.
But you can get a £1 burger in Blackpool. 99p. So yeah, it's quite famous for this 99p burger.
Cool. Better society.
Go on YouTube and just type in Blackpool 99p burger. There's so many reviews. So many.
David Wilson.
I watched
favourite meat venison. I like venison,
takeaway.
but it is a bit dear.
You were dying to do that joke.
Of course I was. God, get it in. God, get it in. Gotta get it in. Eurostar, mate. Eurostar.
I love it.
Eurostar.
I love it.
Why did the Scarecrow win an award? Because he was outstanding in his field.
Yeah, you more.
Yeah. Shut your face, David. Funny thing with Oregon Trail, it's not actually brewed at Elusive at the moment. It's been contract brewed at Double Barrel.
Really?
Don't say.
Mm.
Now that is interesting.
A lot of their cans have got that written on it. Brewed off-site at Double Barrel.
Actually, Double Barrel are actually really good at brewing. Elusive are actually.
That doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing, though.
Bit of a winky dink, though, isn't it? What do you call a zombie that writes music? A decomposer.
Jeez.
Yeah, Jim was just confirming. Raging Bitch IPA. That's right. That's right. Flying
That's
Dog.
unreal.
£1 million. Just looking for something interesting. There's a lot of chat going on. What's interesting? Brew Export for American beer. Brew Export. There you go. Check them out, Johnny boy. Stanley Stud says, I want a beer. Go for it. Sobieski's in. Sobieski, how are you, sir?
Good evening,
Say up, Sobieski. How are you, mate?
John Moore says, I need to try the Brooklyn Pilsner from the actual brewery to know how good the beer really is. Yeah. Actually go to the Brooklyn Brewery in New York and try it from there. That would be nice.
The problem is with the stuff that we try now, I think it's owned by Carlsberg Brooklyn Brewery, and all the stuff that we try is brewed in Europe.
Yes, yeah, Carlsberg Masters, isn't it? They're brewing it for them.
It is.
I thought it was really poor. The Brooklyn Pilsner over here. I thought it was pretty pants.
I thought it was okay for the money. I thought it was okay. It had a bit of flavour to it. But I got 12.
Yeah, but if you go to, you've been to New York, haven't you, Paul?
Nope.
Oh, my internet's sucking balls tonight, isn't it? What is going on? I'm gonna go and restart my router and come back on. Just give me a minute.
David Arthur's in. Hello, David. How are you, sir? Bryce says, damn, YouTube dropping out. So is it a YouTube thing? Is YouTube messing about this evening?
I don't know.
David says, anyone that? Yeah, I said this earlier. We've had Keo. Everyone had Keo?
Yeah.
Yeah, bang average.
It's one of those beers that you love on holiday and you buy it in the UK and it's like, oh, all right. For me.
Where are we with the chat? Who's saying that? Yeah, he is front running for the Chelsea job, which is shocking. How were the sausages? Yeah, Henry, how were the venison sausages?
Pochettino at Spurs is at Chelsea. I like it.
That kills me. That kills me. That kills me. Pochettino at Chelsea. God no. I'm out with a chat. I'm catching up now. I'm just skipping a lot of the waffle. I'm skipping a lot of the waffle. That Belgian beer's kicking. Skipping a bit of the waffle. Captain Meek said, Blackpool's the only place I've seen a pharmacy and an off license under one roof. That's I actually kind of believe that as well. Blackpool was shocking. Even I went there when I was a youngster, and even then I thought, this place is rough.
I've never been.
I've never been.
Yeah, you ain't missing much. Dave says, Paul, we going to the Great British Beer Festival in August. Never heard of that before. You mentioned it in the video. Definitely heard of it. What? If you go and have a go. Yeah, Great British Beer Festival. I love GBBF. Love it. Big camera festival. Still my favourite. Yeah. It's just a good beer
It
festival.
is good. My one regret this year, I was kind of festivaled out actually, and I didn't book the hotel room. I kind of went and came back on the same day.
Oh,
So by sort of like 6:30, I was twitching a little bit because I had a train booked, and yeah,
that's not the one.
no, I would like to do it with having a hotel.
Yes, yeah, you can enjoy it a bit more then, can't you? Well, you could do 2 days.
Yeah, exactly.
2 days in a row. David Wilson said it's a great day out. Recommend early in the week. Yes, absolutely. So, like most of the American beers were gone after the trade date. So yeah, if you wanted a good American craft beer, you weren't getting it really after the second day because they were gone.
Paul, were you there? No, we didn't see you there, did we? I missed
No.
you there because there was this Belgian beer. No, could have been Belgian. It was like a lambic beer in the fridge in a little barrel, and it had the most. It was one of these beers. It was like £12 for a third. It was the most expensive beer in the place, and it had this. Obviously, had the hole cut out at the bottom of the barrel, and the tap was this tiny little brass tap. You know, like wine bottles, or the spirit pourers, which you've got the rubber bit with the 3 little rubber lips that grip on.
Yeah.
It was literally one of them. She went to pour this beer for Simon, undone the tap fell out, and all of this beer was all over the floor.
I heard that.
Everyone was going, chuck your finger in it, put your finger in it. And she was going, ah!
Oh, God.
There's probably about like 200 quid worth of beer on the floor.
Unbelievable. You just want the world to open up and swallow you at that stage, don't you, really? It's not good. Not good. But I love Great British Beer Festival. That was one of the first beer festivals I ever went to, and I loved it. And then it was shut for 2 years over COVID, and then we went back there last year, and I loved it. And another fantastic time. I did 2 days there last year. I thought it was fantastic. Really good.
Yeah.
Chris got hammered.
Yeah. Oh, that was the video, wasn't it? I remember the video view for you up the top now.
Well, we were all like proper merry by that point, but not hammered. And then we carried on drinking, and then we all went back to my place, and we were sitting drinking beer in the garden because it was a really nice day. So we're sitting there drinking beer till it was like 1 o'clock in the morning, and Chris was fighting around with his phone trying to open up an Uber account and couldn't figure out how to do it. Rather than just saying, I think I need to go home, he was fighting around on his phone trying to set up an Uber account.
I couldn't do it. I had to give my phone to Abby. I just couldn't do it.
He did. Abby had to take the phone off him just to sort it out.
I did set up an account, but it was like a business account, as if I wanted to be an Uber driver. And I'm like, what have I done here? Sort this out, Abby. Sort this out.
I want to work for Uber rather than just want to go home, go to bed. That was properly funny. Me and John were just sitting there drinking. Chris was just very quiet. We were having a great time.
Well, it's good laugh.
Dave says,
I think we laughed so much. That day we laughed so hard.
Yeah.
About so many things.
I was in pain by the end of the day just from laughing. And
smiling. Yeah, the headache from laughing. Yeah.
Yeah. One of them. It happens. It happens sometimes. It's a beautiful thing. Dave will definitely be at GBBF. Dave, are you going to come to the trade session? I don't suppose you will. At Brew London. Come and meet us at Brew London for the trade session.
I don't know if you can get in.
Just tell them you're a YouTuber or something.
Are you doing Brew London this year then?
Only the trade session.
Go on.
Oh, well, if I can get in and I can get out. I don't know what's going to happen this week. This week could be the big change. The big week.
Could be a big week. Could be a big
week of epicness.
Epicness. What's happened to the chat? Chat's dried up. There's 24 people in, but no one's talking. No one's chatting. They're leaving all the chat to us.
I'm going to go get some food.
I'm going to throw it out to the chat. What would you like us to talk about? This is all about interacting with you guys. What would you like us to talk about? I'm going to put it out there. If there's a subject on your mind, put it to us and we will discuss.
Late night love.
Late night love, baby. Late night love, baby. Get your knickers off.
What's up, Fro?
Johnny's
I farted because I laughed so hard then.
not just casually drinking through Kolsch. I love that beer.
Isn't Kolsch technically an ale?
Yeah, it's an ale that's been lagered.
That's right. Yeah. I'm
I
glad
love
you
a good
remembered that, 'cause
Kolsch.
I didn't.
What I was trying to say was, in fact, this is why I went and got this beer. Is Brooklyn Lager? If you go, you've been. I'm sure, Paul. You said you went to New York, didn't you?
I've never been to New York in my life.
Who was it that was saying? Was it you, Chris, that said you'd been to? One of you lot's been to New York.
No,
I've
I've
never
never
been.
been to New York.
Right, so it's none of you. But anyway, when you go to New York,
You've been to New York.
I've had Brooklyn Lager in
Hold
New
on.
York, and
Hold
it's flipping awesome. Oh, it's got a McLaren wheel nut. There
Give us
it
a
is.
look.
It's got half a pulp. Yeah, you showed us the front. Let's have a look at the meat.
Look at the size of it.
Let's have a look at the meat.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's quite meaty. I've got a boner now.
It's a beautiful thing.
Is there much jelly around it, or is it minimal jelly?
Minimal, thankfully.
Good.
Minimal jelly.
Thank
I
God for
like
that.
jelly.
All meat.
Oh, I love a bit of jelly.
I don't like jelly. I don't like jelly. I just want the meat.
Nah, it's weird. I'm not a cat. I don't need it. Thank you.
Oh no, give me the jelly. I'm all about the jelly.
I want the jelly. Jelly if you're a kid's birthday party. Otherwise, there's no excuse.
I like it. Give me the jelly. No, but in going back to New York very quickly, there's a real distinct German style in the beers there. And when you have their lagers, any lager, it doesn't even matter. In Catsteady, I had the house lager, and it was roasty, malty, much darker than what we have. And it's a definite style, and it's almost like the New Yorkers are like very proud of their heritage. And
Oh,
the
you
fact-
bet I'm proud of my lager.
yeah,
wet.
yeah. Yeah, but it's really good. I like it. And yeah, when I came back, that's when I started kind of drinking Kolsch's, and we made a Kolsch. I was like, it's a really nice style. I like it. I like it a lot.
I like it a lot.
Talking of quality lagers, just look at that comment.
I'll go for Jimmy Riddle.
Crummy, I think it's quality. Do you remember Crummy done that video?
Which one?
He done a blind lager tasting, didn't he? And he said something like, "This is a premium lager," and it was Foster's. Honestly, when he's probably watching now. If just ask him about it.
That's amazing. I love Crummy.
Can you
I love
believe
it.
that Foster's has lowered the ABV to 3.7? Yes, because
Yes. It's because the new duty laws. That's why.
And have the cheats charge 16 quid for 18 cans? Yes.
Yeah. Well, it could be worse. It could be Carling and put that it's a higher percentage than it actually was.
Make
Yeah,
it
So
4%
that you
instead of
don't have to
3.5.
pay the duty and just the fine with training standards instead.
They're going to have to tighten that tolerance up because you'll be half a percentage point out, can't you? So they're going to have to tighten that.
It's easy to do, though. I mean, yeah, I mean, in all seriousness, it's quite easy if you're on the craft end of things to be like a whole point or 2 points out. It is possible. And it doesn't take much to do it. So the smaller the brewery and maybe the less testing that they might do, the more chances that you're either going to get apps. You know, like you've had that beer and you think, oh gosh, I got really, really drunk on that and I don't really know why. And it was meant to be a 3%er and it was probably 5.
Happens to be quite often, that.
Does it? It just happens.
It must be higher than 5%. It's got to be.
Yeah, it happens. It happens.
No lager should be 3.7%. No lager.
It's a bit low, is that, isn't it?
That's very low.
The only thing I will say, and you've got to give them credit for it, these big macro breweries, how they get the consistency is amazing.
What, consistently crap?
It might be crap, but it's consistently crap. It's quite impressive.
Yeah, well, they've got the money, haven't they? So they got the monopoly over what standard of hop they want, I suppose. And like, if they want a particular malt, they're going to get it straight away. And then it's just a case of pressing a few buttons, isn't it?
And their
true.
quality control, they'll have a whole team on quality control as well. It won't be a bloke with a clipboard. It'll be an office full of 8 people, 9 people.
I'm
Lots of
not
computers.
knocking them, but at the same time, beer is an art. You know, beer brewing is an art. Beer drinking is an art, and it should be taken. It should be taken seriously. It should be done with a bit of pride. And if you're just pressing buttons and knocking out the same shit all the time, then you're missing what it's all about, in my opinion.
I know a lot of those
Yeah.
brewers at the big breweries suffer with, like, they get very depressed and very fed up quite quickly because they're just making the same beers over and over again.
Absolutely.
The thing is, most brewers are a bit sort of out there, aren't they? Creators, artists, you know, that kind of mindset, that creative mindset. And you take someone like that and put them in and just make them a cog in a machine, they're going to get pretty tired of that quite fast, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I know Mike and Steve are like, another lager. Another lager. I was like, any more lagers?
Like I say,
It does beg the question, doesn't it? It's just, I'm not got a mouth in a poor part. You look at Carl's.
My face is full of pork in my face,
You love pork in your face.
in and around my mouth.
Are they even brewers? Are they even brewers? Are Carlsberg brewers? They're not brewers. I agree with Paul. They just press buttons. They're not brewers.
I don't
There's
know.
no love. There's no passion. There's no passion. There's no creativity gone into what they're doing anymore. Unfortunately, it's just not. Foster's going down to 3.7%. I mean, can he make it any worse?
It's a table beer. It's getting that direction, isn't it?
It'd be a good review, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
He'll do some numbers. What's that? Foster's 28,000 views right there. John, is the big change going to lead you to be called Julie?
That's probably next week, to be honest. Not this week.
Next week, Cat to me. So let's talk computer games. Any games anyone looking forward to playing this year? No.
Yes,
No.
Forza Motorsport 7. Is it 7 or 8, the new
Is
one?
that out this year?
Yeah, apparently.
Bloody hell.
what is?
Well, they released one last year, didn't they?
The
Forza.
Forza Motors, yeah, but so you got the Horizon Live stuff, which is like the one with Mexico, and that's just had the rally update, which is wicked.
Right. Yeah.
And then you've got Motorsport. So the biggest problem with Motorsport is in Forza as a brand has always been you can be in a race on a server and you're all driving like British touring cars, and some knobhead ends up in a Dodge Ram pickup and just completely smashes you all to bits, pushes you all off the track and wins. And that's not fun in a simulator game.
Right.
So they apparently have sorted that out and it's meant to be a work of art. But there wasn't a lot of talk about how realistic the driving experience was. And since I've been playing Assetto Corsa Competizione, which is just immense, one of the best simulation games I've ever played, and I'm using steering wheel and pedals. It's
I can't play that. It's too hard.
it's art.
I thought I was a good driver until I tried to play that.
I raced on that the other day, and I literally was running at third on an online game, and all it took is it was Brands Hatch, and there's this left-hand bend that goes onto the longer circuit, and there's a little bump in it, and I accelerated on the bump, and it unloaded the car, and it spun, and I ended up last.
Abby's got like a big sim thing now. You've seen it, haven't you?
Mm.
I turned it on and I was like, I'm going to drive a Ferrari. I can't control the Ferrari for shit.
It's a hard car to drive. That is.
It's the only like computer game with cars where I've had to downgrade because I couldn't. I literally had to downgrade to like an Audi A1 just to keep the car on the track. Like I couldn't drive a Mustang. I couldn't drive a Ferrari. I was like, it's too hard to control. It's too fast. The corners are too cornery, I couldn't do it.
I like the Lamborghini and the Bentley's really good. Yeah, I do the GT series, so it's like all the endurance GT Le Mans kind of styly things.
The Audi A1's lovely. Stays on the road.
You will do if you're only doing 30 flat out through the Glens.
Great car. But yeah, so apparently John's looking forward to Forza Motorsport, but I mean, no, I'm not looking forward to any video games this year because I don't play them anymore, really. Is Brew London better than the Great British Beer Festival? In my opinion, no.
Different. They're just different. They're completely different things for different reasons.
Yeah. So
It's like comparing.
Festival, it's like comparing John's picture right now to Chris's. So Chris's Great British Beer Festival, pork pie, slightly drunk, leaning.
It really is, isn't it?
Yeah, and John is Brew London, just like RGB, crazy pink lighting. You can't take a decent picture. You're not really sure what you're drinking. It could be beer, it could be water. You don't know.
True.
But there's bumping music at Brew London and at GBBF. There's just lots of racists. So,
What?
There's lots of racist people. Lots of racist people at Great British Beer Festival. But it's fun.
There wasn't any racists there.
No, I never saw it, but apparently it was rife from what we've
Well,
heard.
yeah, I heard that, but I never saw any.
Really?
No, it's
Oh,
only
well,
rife.
actually, no, I lie. I saw someone make a comment, but then backtracked, and I think genuinely they didn't know that they were being racist. If you know what I mean. I think they thought that they were making a good point, but weren't.
Well, I didn't hear anything like that at GBBF.
No,
Maybe
I
it's
didn't.
still
Neither did I. Neither did I.
pissed and eating footlongs. Well, I didn't hear any.
When you bought me a foot long, we were so inappropriate.
That was so weird. Yeah, that was so
I was
weird.
like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was. I can't remember who I was chatting to. I was chatting with someone. All of a sudden, I turned around. There was Chris thrusting this foot-long hot dog in my face. He was like, "Have this hot dog." I was like, "Okay."
Okay.
It was a bloody lovely hot dog as well.
It was a good hot dog. It was a good hot dog, to be fair. Paul, when you were in New York, did you see the Sticky Bandits? I've never been. I wish I saw the Sticky Bandits. When I go to New York, I'll be disappointed if I don't see the Sticky
Aren't they
Bandits.
from Home Alone?
Yeah, Home Alone. Home Alone 2, to be exact.
Home Alone 2, that's it.
In Home Alone 1, they were the Wet Bandits.
They were, weren't they?
They were. Having seen Image on Tom's newest video, I think he should be banned. Only this year Nevada beer is worth drinking. Totally agree. Yeah, I did mention this to him. I was like, Tom, what's that beer doing with the other ones? And then he tried to explain it. I was just like, no, I'm not watching that shit.
I watched the whole thing. I quite enjoyed it, actually. It was funny.
What kind of music does your mate play, Matt? I missed that conversation.
It could
Jim,
have
I
been
heard that
really-
Chris works in Hollywood as a stunt cock. No!
What a thing! What's your job? I'm a stunt cock.
Stunt penis. It's a stunt cock.
I've never heard of anything so ridiculous. It's amazing.
That's it. Imagine being a stunt cock. Imagine being a stunt cock. You've got a cock replacement for someone else.
What stunts have you got to do?
Windmills.
ones.
Windmills.
You just want to put it through this meat grinder quickly.
Got bounce away from the burning building.
Can you wear this crash helmet?
Can it drive a Shelby GT?
Oh, I nearly choked. Oh.
That's amazing.
I love it how Henry he lets us know every time he's off to do something. It says, be right back, gonna wash some pots.
Stuntcock.
What's this?
You're getting a sign. You're getting a sign, Chris, for that, or a T-shirt at least.
Oh, it's got to be, isn't it?
Stuntcock. Yeah, Stuntcock with an arrow.
What a job! That's the best job in the world, isn't it? Being a stunt cock.
Stuntcock.
Good job.
Oh.
Oh, God, stop it.
Dave says, we're just been having a good time, drinking good beers. John, you need to top the Putin's unsinkable Moskva.
He's dying.
Excuse me.
Oh dear. I do. I think I should remake it just for this.
Just
Oh
for the
gosh,
video.
and that's really tickled me. I'm sorry.
Sounds like a great name for a new beard, doesn't it? Stunt cock.
Stuntcock.
Put that into your AI machine, John.
That's not something you need to Google, is it?
Stuntcock.
Oh,
Make it an imperial milk stout.
oh dear.
Absolute filth.
Uh,
Dickie's beer reviews is in. He says, cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers,
Cheers,
Dickie. Cheers, you, my friend. Yeah, Pabst blue ribbon logo on the front of the hat there. Love that. I watched the film the other day.
well done.
I did.
Well done, you mate.
I watched the film and it was called The Great Beard Delivery or something like that. I probably just got the name completely wrong. And it was about based on a true story about a bloke who lived in the States and he wanted to cheer his mates up who were fighting in the Vietnam War by delivering them a load of American beer. And he took over a bag with what seemed to be an endless supply of Pabst Blue Ribbon cans.
Oh dear.
It was quite an enjoyable. It got a little bit deeper than I thought it was going to be. It had Russell Crowe in it. I like Russell Crowe, good actor. And he played a journalist who was based in Vietnam. And I can't remember for the life of me what it was like the Great Beer Journey or something. It was a really good film, actually really worth watching. So if you ever get a chance to see it, yeah, check it out. Russell Crowe and someone else whose name I forget, who played the main character. It's a famous guy, but I cannot remember his name.
Robert Downey Jr.
No, not him. Not him.
Sylvester Stallone.
No, not him either. Who's seen Baywatch? Have you seen the Baywatch film?
David Hasselhoff.
So not David Hasselhoff, but not The Rock, but the other guy. Who was in the Baywatch movie? Who was the other guy in the Baywatch movie?
Was that the lifeguard that kind of quit or got sacked and then came back and was the hero? Do you mean that guy?
Yes, him.
Can't remember his name.
Yeah, he was the main character in it.
What, in the new
Zac
Baywatch?
Efron. David Wilson just nailed it. Zac Efron, that's the one. He was in
I
it.
thought it's Leonard Caribbeans.
He played the main role, and it was actually a really good film. Very, very deep, but the story, it was a true story. It was like, look, my lads are out there fighting. We're sitting here doing nothing, getting drunk. I'm going to deliver a load of American beer to them. And all he did, because basically he was a tourist, but he was showing up to these like war-torn parts of Vietnam, all he had to do was tell them what he was doing, like for real. He's like, I'm here to see a few friends. I've got some beer for them. All the soldiers thought it was code. So they thought he was like CIA. So they were like letting him on choppers with them and that, taking them to like mission areas of the jungles and that. So
Did you say this was based on a true story?
Based on a true story. Yeah. When it turned out he was literally there to give his mates a few beers, they were like, how did you let that happen? But yeah, it's true stories. Like, I'm here to give my mates some beers. And they were like, you're one of them. The CIA. I see, right. Like, get him on the next chopper. Get him to the next chopper now. Get it done. Get it done.
Watch that.
He just blagged it. He blagged it the whole way. He just gave all his mates like cans of American lagers and that. You know.
The problem you've got right now is the only question on John's mind is did he have a stunt cock?
Stunt cock.
Because John hasn't got past it yet. John's
Evan,
mind
that's
is
gonna
still on
be-
Stunt Cock right now.
There's so many funny things.
The greatest beer run ever, it was called.
The greatest beer. That's it. That's the one. That's the one.
I'll have to
Yeah,
watch
it's a good
that.
film. That good film. Well worth watching.
I'll have to watch that.
Well worth watching. He properly blagged it, and when it's a true story, it's just like, oh, that makes it even better. Brilliant.
I watched I watched a Raoul Moat 3-part series last night.
You're joking.
It was one of these like ITV drama things. It was well good. They even got the bit where Paul Gascoigne showed up with his fishing rod and a burger. Honestly, it was actually in there. It was actually in there.
Give him a bag of chicken and special brew or something, wasn't it?
That was it.
I started watching Netflix has just put out a 3-part documentary about the Boston bombings.
The marathon one.
Yeah, the Boston Marathon bombings. It was 10 years ago already. Can you believe that?
Wow.
Really?
And I remember I was obsessed with that when it happened. I was watching the news like every moment I can because it everything was so public about it. Like the investigation, the hunt for the 2 guys that they found quite quickly that they reckoned were responsible. And Jesus Christ, I mean, I watched the first episode yesterday and it's harrowing. Like the explanations of the people that were there. So there's a woman that's talking to you about her experience with it, and you think she's okay. You thought maybe she just observed it from a distance, and then suddenly the camera does a pan out, and she's got 2 artificial. Well, that's not the right word, is it? She's got like 2 new legs, basically. Yeah, she's got 2 legs, and I was just like, oh Jesus! And then they showed the footage of where she was in relation to the second blast, and you're just like, oh my God!
Didn't they hide him in bins or something?
They literally, the second one, all I've seen is one episode. The second one, the guy literally had a backpack and he was watching, they lined up along the final straight of the marathon. And the guy literally had a backpack and he put it on the floor in front of him and he waited for the first one to go off. And as soon as the first one went off, he just walked off. He was dead calm about it. He walked off. So everyone was busy looking at the explosion, the first one. And he literally just walked in the opposite direction, and then boom, and but even now, it was horrible.
It's just scum. I just think it's such a scummy thing to do.
But it's it's a 3-part documentary on Netflix, and it's harrowing. Just getting the accounts of the people that were there, and it's just horrible. Great television, but horrible at the same time. You know.
Yeah, it's brutal.
I'm not sure where we're going with this, but there you go.
Anyway, happy Sunday, everyone.
Yeah, happy Sunday, everyone. It's been a great Sunday. Do you guys ever review Yates Brewery or Pretty Cat? Yates Brewery or Goddard's Brewery? Some excellent beers from them. I don't think I've ever had anything from either of those, Dave, if I'm honest.
Cat's winking at you, Chris.
He's winking at you. He's got a little cheeky starfish out.
Oh, look at my bum. Look at my bum. Look at it.
Check my little rusty starfish out.
They said, David, do you like Goddard's? My brother gave me some after he visited the Isle of Wight.
I've never had Goddard's beer.
No, I don't think I have either. Cat to Meat says I hear that Ron Jeremy. Ron Jeremy.
He doesn't anymore. He's in Clink, isn't he?
Is he?
Yep.
Oh.
Hey, who you're on about?
Hang on, Chris, have you grown a third hand? What's going on there?
Just demonstrating my love for adult film
multiple limbs.
Chris the Octopus.
Chris the Octopus, yeah, exactly that. He's staying well quiet. He's not saying nothing. There's someone in there with another arm. It's that bird from the ring. There she is.
She's looking at it.
Hi. That's not bad. See you later. Ba-da-boom. Ba-da-boom. Right, what's everyone saying then? Chat's dried up. No one's chatting.
I've got a question. I'll put to you in a minute. I'm going through
Good questions in the chat. Good questions.
I've got a question to add to everybody, everyone in the chat, and a question to you three. I'm going to go for a little wee first, and then I'm going to come back and put my question to you. It's a serious subject.
Also, I've got to wait for the question.
2.5 inches floppy, Chris.
If he's on about...
I did hear that.
Oh, Mark, you're fucking funny. Crack me up.
Yeah. I want serious questions, and Mark's talking about 2.5-inch floppies.
I was all about this.
Talking about floppy disks in the old computer.
Floppy disks, yeah. So there's 15 of you. 14. People, numbers are dropping like flies. Everyone's going to bed. I get it. What is it?
It's Sunday night, isn't it?
It's Sunday night. 10 o'clock on a Sunday night.
Weirdly, before I went out this evening, I decided to get all my sales emails done for tomorrow. So that I don't have to have a mad panic Monday.
Sounds like a good idea.
Yeah. Also, some of the pubs asked me, would I email out sales emails on a Sunday night? So I said, yeah, sure. No one ordered, but they asked me to do it. So some of the pub people do. They'll shut up shop on Sunday and then they'll do their ordering.
Well, there you go. Davey says, John, how's the tap room going?
All right. I've got we got the leases through last week. There's a couple of things which we asked not to do. One of the problems is the building's grade 2 listed, which is not too bad. That's not a problem. And it's got permission to do certain things to it. But one of the things we said was we didn't want to be liable for the roof, the foundations, or the walls. And of course, Bramley's decided that they would write a lease with maintenance for us for the roof, the foundations, and the walls. And so we've already got a sticking point straight away. But it'll be fine. It'll be fine. What one of the things I would say to anybody leasing a building for a business is you never leave the door open to an open checkbook for the actual maintenance of the building.
Oh God, no. Yeah, makes total sense.
Yeah, don't do it.
Sense. Henry says 420. Now, Chris, you said you had a serious question.
I did, but can we just go back up a comment?
I'll tell you what, Chris, that's a good rumour, mate.
Cock double.
I'm all good with that. I'm all good with money shots. I'm all good with that. I like that.
You'll take it. Right, I'm in the mood for serious questions. I'm up for a debate. So, Chris, hit me.
We need John to come back.
We do need John to come back. Has anyone else got any serious questions in the chat? There's 20 of you watching. I know there is because I can see it on the screen. Who's got a serious question? It doesn't have to be serious. It could be silly if you want.
Oh, I don't want serious. Yeah, go on.
Depends what kind of mood you're in, I suppose.
Serious question. Let's do it.
We've all had a few beers. We're all really smart now.
We're well oiled.
We all know everything right now. So now is the time to ask us questions.
There you go. I've got a serious question for you.
Serious question from Chris. Here we go.
So recently, I stayed in a hotel, and the hotel room, the general hotel was fairly poor. The hotel room was quite shocking. So, and there was other things that were a little bit shocking.
Was this in Huddersfield by any chance?
Yes. I've raised these points with hotel reception and got fobbed off. Got completely fobbed off. So before I left the hotel room, I did a video of the hotel room and filmed the hotel room, did a video, showed all the issues in this hotel room, which was quite shocking. So I uploaded the video to YouTube, but I didn't make it public. I just did it as unlisted because I wanted to send the link, because I thought that's the easiest way to send the link to the hotel and say, watch my video of this hotel room. I listed all the faults with the hotel room and said, I'd just like your feedback. I said, I'm not asking for money back. I'm just asking for why you think this hotel room is acceptable to let this room out to people. So I sent that link to the hotel chain. They emailed me. I could see that it had 6 views. Even though it was unlisted, I can still see how many people have watched that video.
Yeah.
It had 6 views. They emailed me back with the most defensive email I think I've ever read from a business. They basically accused me of having an agenda, accused me of telling lies, even though that wasn't true, and said that I was trying to coerce them because I've done a YouTube video. In my email to them, when I sent that email with the YouTube link, I said, I am not going to upload this to YouTube. It was just the easiest way I could think of sending you a link to show you the state of this room. I've got no intentions of uploading this to YouTube. They have completely taken that as a threat that I was going to upload it to YouTube, even though I made it very, very clear I was not going to upload it to YouTube. They sent me such a defensive email. They didn't address any of the issues I had with the hotel room. They didn't address any issues that I had with the hotel staff. All they homed in on was that I'd made a YouTube video and were super defensive about it. They didn't address a single issue. They said, we are not going to give you a refund. In fact, I wasn't even asking for a refund. I just wanted them to address the issues with the hotel room. And they just got defensive. They said, you've got an agenda. You're only doing this because you've got a YouTube channel. You've released this video on YouTube. This is really damaging to our business. But they can see that I've never uploaded that video to YouTube. I had no intentions of it. It was just a quick and easy way of me sharing that video with them.
Yeah.
Their email, I will send it to you all. To us in this chat right now, as in you 3, I'll send you the email. It is ridiculously defensive and accuse me of lying. So here's the question. Would you now upload that video? Would you make it public?
Yeah.
Have you got another channel?
No. Yes, but not. It wouldn't be suitable for that channel.
The problem is, I think I'm going to go up there on Monday, and I'm going to go tomorrow. I want to go and have a chat with them and say, "Hey, what's going on with this?" Because I asked, I'll say, look, I told my mate, did you film it? Because I did, didn't I? I said to you, Chris, yeah. I said, did you film it and do it? What's stopping anybody from doing a video and reviewing that? No,
well, that's the thing. I've looked on YouTube at hotel reviews, and there are so many reviewers that do travel blogs, travel vlogs, whatever you want to call it, and they do videos on the hotels that are really bad. In fact, some of them will go to a hotel that's known as having a bad reputation and do a video on it. That I don't agree with, but I just think that wasn't the purpose, and I made it so clear in my original email that I had no intentions of uploading it. It was just an easy way for me to send them a link. Because when I was in the hotel, I said to the reception lady, I said, go and have a look in that hotel room. I said, go and have a look. I said, while I'm standing here right now, I've got time. I said, go and have a look at that room and tell me why you think that's acceptable. She refused to go and have a look. Another member of staff came out and started laughing and saying, yeah, we know they're bad. There's rooms over on that side. Next time you come, ask for a room on the other side of the hotel. And that I put in my email. I said, why are your staff agreeing that this room is bad, yet you're still letting people use this room? And they were all the things that I was asking for, just for answers to. And I will send you guys the email. It's so defensive. It's absurd. Absolutely absurd.
I get it. I had a comment on Untapped that said, great beer, one of the best porters I've ever had, but the pump clip is one of the worst designs I've ever seen. I can't read anything on there. And I thought, Yeah, I thought the same thing when it got printed, and so we've changed it. So I think you've got to listen to people. It's like somebody else said to me, I love the sleeper beer, but the cap or the keg clip doesn't tell me anything about it. So we've changed that now. So we've got some fisheye ones, and it says 42 days cold fermented, and it says award winning, which we've added to it. So you've got to listen to your customer and be willing to change it. It's hard to hear criticism, but you'll never get any better if you don't listen and change.
So with that defensive email that I got, I emailed them back and I said, "You've missed the point." I said, "You've accused me of lying." I said, "You've not addressed a single point that I raised. You've just got super defensive." And I said, I hope you can turn the hotel around because it's in a great location." And I said, "I hope you can turn the hotel around and I hope you can listen to feedback from paying customers." I said, "If you can't, your hotel's doomed." And in answer to David's question, they've got 4 hotels in their chain.
Are there any others in Huddersfield?
They're all round and about in that realm. They're all up north. Yeah.
Be interesting
it's
to have a look at
difficult.
what the other ones are.
I think you've obviously been done wrong, and you've tried to make it right for future. I just don't know if uploading it to YouTube is the right thing to do because I just don't know what it will do for your channel. I think you get views on it. I mean, it depends, but then I don't know if that drama side of things I think as soon as you open up your channel to drama, I think it's just quite a bad thing, if you know what I mean.
I agree. And that is the main reason I haven't uploaded it because I'm not interested in drama. I would like that hotel to turn around and be a good hotel. It's in a great location with stunning views. The hotel itself, it looks a bit like a prison, but it's got a quirkiness to it. And I think it'd be really cool if they could turn it around. Yeah. And that's why I haven't uploaded it to my channel is because I don't want the drama. I don't want people saying shitty things about me for uploading it. But there's plenty of other travel vloggers that do put up videos of crap hotels and they don't get particularly negative comments. But I'm not about damaging a brand. I'm not about damaging a hotel. I want them to succeed. They've got staff. And, it's harsh because I want the staff to, succeed and have a job. But
I think it's difficult. Part of me would be just like, screw it. You're going to be like that. I'm going to put it up. But that's the way I am. But then the other side to it is, Mark's right. You always will reap what you sow. If you sow drama, then you'll reap drama. It's going to bite you in the ass later on down the line. So the other side to it is, if you send me the response, I'll go to them because I recommended the hotel to you. And also my mum stayed there as well because that's pretty much one of the closest hotels to where I live. Paul and Abby, you've stayed there as well.
Is it the one I'm thinking of in the middle of nowhere?
Yeah, with the helipad.
Ah, wow. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, it used to be one of the really top places to stay. But, I mean, it's disappointing that staff are behaving like that. I'm going rather than put the video up, I will go and have a chat with them in person. I'll go and chat with them and sit down and say, "Hey, what's going on?"
Yeah, when I stayed there, we had a really noisy bathroom.
Really?
Yeah. That's the only complaint I had. There was a really noisy bathroom. There was just like fans and things going on all the time. And they weren't just. It was just constant, and it was through the night as well. It was like like that. And I was like, "What is going on?
Oh, wow.
What is going on?" Yeah.
Well, the thing they accused me of lying about was there were people smoking in their rooms, and the corridors absolutely stunk of cigarette smoke. It was outrageous.
Right.
So went up to reception. I said, "Look," I said, "there's people smoking in their rooms." I said, "It stinks. The whole corridor, the whole landing absolutely reeks."
Yeah.
So they accused me of lying. They've accused me of making that up. And I went straight to reception and said, "There's people smoking. It stinks." And the receptionist said, in a very smiley, she was very lovely. She said, no worries, I'll go and deal with that. The next day it still stunk, but they've accused me of making that up. They've accused me of having an agenda and using that as an agenda. It was facts, it was true, but they've accused me of lying.
Why would you have an agenda against that the Two Bob hotel chain?
I know. And they've said we have a very strict no smoking policy, and we vehemently deny that happened. Well, it did happen, and I raised it straight away. But they've accused me of making it up because I've got an agenda. Apparently.
Oh well, that's ridiculous. We went to Liverpool recently, and we stayed in a Premier Inn. And in fact, it happened when I came down and to you, Paul.
Yeah.
And it happened then, and it also happened in another Premier Inn. It happened in a travel lodge over in when me and Simon went there, and with the one in me and Simon were in, the whole travel lodge stank of cigarettes. And we went down to reception, and the lady told me, she said, unfortunately, we have a lot of foreign visitors that are staying here courtesy of Her Majesty's government who like to smoke, and it goes through the air conditioning system. And so every bathroom pumps out whatever it's extracted from another. Yeah, so if your fan's not on, and they're on timers, those fans in the bathrooms, basically, if your fan's not on blowing it out, then that smoke will enter your bathroom. Yeah. And then when I came to see you, Paul, me and Mark stayed in a travel lodge.
Yeah.
And we went upstairs, and the smell of weed, smoking weed up there was incredible.
Oh, dear.
And we told them about it. And then when I went to Beerex, it was exactly the same experience. There was a lot of weed smoking going on and cigarettes. And I went down and I said, look, you're going to have to move me because my room stinks like marijuana. And they were like, really? And I was like, yeah. And I said, I wouldn't mind, but I'm not smoking it. So come up, have a smell. So they came up. They were like, that's really strong. Yeah. So they moved me I think they moved me 3 floors up in the end.
Jeez.
And that was all right up there. But it's prolific, and it wouldn't surprise me with the hotel up there. Send me the link, Chris, so I can do some more digging. That's not on though. But I'd be tempted to load it.
Yeah, that's a shame. No, it's an odd hotel. It's a nice hotel, but
it's weird, isn't it?
It had its issues.
But what got me is in his email, he just wouldn't address any of the issues that I had and accused me of lying and just got defensive. I just thought, and this guy that emailed me back was the general manager, and I just thought, all you've done is got defensive. I've given you some feedback. I've shown you because your member of staff refused to go and look at the room. So the other member of staff acknowledged it, actually said, yeah, we know there's all those problems. Just book a room in a different side of the hotel next time because all the rooms over there have that problem. Well, that's not the answer. That's just not the answer. But they wouldn't acknowledge anything that I said about the hotel room. They wouldn't acknowledge it. They just got defensive and said I had an agenda, even though I said I had no intentions of uploading this video to YouTube. It was just a simple way of me showing you a video because your member of staff would not go and have a look at it. That was it. Yeah.
It's a well-to-do area up there. It's very posh.
It's absolutely
there's no reason for it to be like that.
No.
Yeah, it's an odd hotel, being nowhere near anything. It's just surrounded by fields, essentially. But it wasn't the best hotel I've ever stayed in. Let's put it that way. But yeah,
I bet it was probably better when you stayed in the travel lodge, wasn't it, Paul?
I think the Premier Inn in Huddersfield is the best place I've stayed.
Yeah,
it's a good hotel there.
It's all right.
It's all right.
It's all right.
I'm gonna have one more beer. I'm gonna drink this one, the one that's sort of brewed for Lidl.
I'm tucking into another one of those.
I'm actually going to go, chat. So I've got a bit of an early start in the morning, and I need a wee. And
love you, mate.
Nice to see you, mate.
Cheers for having me on, Paul. John, Chris, good to see you, boys.
See you later. Take care.
I'll see you very soon, boys.
See you later, you legend.
Bye-bye.
Craft beer hub there, ladies and gentlemen.
What a dude.
What a
Good
dude.
man.
A craft beer hub. Here we go. So, salt. I like salt. They brew some good beers.
He's
They
our
do.
mate. What are you
He's
on
our
about?
mate. Jamie, the owner, is our mate. We like Jamie. And
That's very light.
they've brewed a pale ale for Lidl. It's got a slight haze to it. It's got a little bit of a head, which is hanging around. It's a 4% pale ale, this one. Very gentle carbonation. It's slightly uninspiring, if I'm honest. It looks like a cheap lager at the moment. Let me get my snout in. Okay. Tiny bit of a hoppy aroma, not a lot else. It doesn't smell of a great deal. There's a tiny bit of a hoppy aroma come through, a bit of citrus, but not a lot else. I get stuck in. Chill.
Cheers.
It's very light. Very light. Quite thin. Tiny bit of a hoppy bitterness. Not really doing anything.
It looks
is it
very
a-
washy in that glass.
Yeah, but is it a lager? Is that what it is?
No, it's supposed to be a pale ale.
Oh, really?
They called it a casual pale.
I mean, it looks very casual in that glass.
Yeah, casual pale, 4%, and they've literally described it as easy and crisp. So
Think of it like this. Put it in a setting. So you're with your mates. A lot of them know nothing about beer whatsoever. You're at a barbecue, and you know some of the guys drink Fosters and crap like that. But
Yeah.
you want something. You kind of want to wean them off it. You want to give them. You say, "I'm sorry, I don't have Fosters, but I have this pale ale." Is that a good starting point? Is it
Yeah.
casual?
yeah,
Would that be a good spot to start at?
yeah, that would be a good way to start them. That would be a good way to get them off awful lager. Yeah.
I wonder if that's what they tried to do, given the supermarket that it's in.
Yeah, it's refreshing. It's nothing unpleasant about it. It's just it's just funny. It's just funny. That's all. When you know what that brewery can do, it's just funny that they're brewing a beer to that price point, and they're knocking out in Lidl for $1.79 a can or whatever it is. And this isn't just this isn't just one of their like weekly releases. This is now a core beer in Lidl. They've even made a point of saying on the rim there that brewed exclusively for Lidl. They've got the Lidl colour scheme on the can and everything. That's a full-on Lidl product. Sort of brewed that for, and that's a 4% pale. Bearing in mind, last year they came out with Loom. Now you've had Loom, John. How good is that beer?
It's really good when you have it at the brewery.
Yeah, it's a bloody good pale ale. It's a 4%
I know.
pale ale they came out with last year. That's now in their core range, and that is. But I mean, that wipes the floor with that. And
Horses for courses, though, isn't it?
of course,
Do you think the average little guy, if they, I know what my customers are like. So you think about it, right? When I started doing lager, everybody thought, so you've got Magic Rock doing town lager, and do you know what did it? I went to a football match, Huddersfield Town. Micah was the mascot.
went to
And
town. Yeah,
we went to town, love it. My neighbour's grandson plays for them, so we went to watch. And at halftime, I thought I'll go out and get a beer. But then I got my beer and I got a town lager. I think I jumped on one of your guys' streams. You were streaming. But I stood and watched people ordering, and they just didn't buy the town lager. They were buying what was it now?
John
Some
Smith.
other generic lager. And so I thought, I'll just spend 5 minutes and I'll ask all these people why they're buying that lager. And their answer was quite often, oh, it tastes like flowers, that other one. Oh, it's like purpery. And they're like, if I wanted hoppy, I'd drink IPA. And
Yeah.
actually, that's a really good point. There are people I really like not massively hoppy beers. I'll drink hoppy beers, and there's a time and a place for it. But I like good lagers. I like good pilsners. I like my Hells. I like my Kolsch. I'll drink a saison. I'll drink a Märzen now and again. I'll have a little go of. I love all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So when we did our lager, we decided that we were going to make it not particularly hoppy, and it would appeal to people that maybe as an alternative to Carling. And when those guys who would normally drink Carling or Foster's try that beer, you literally, I've seen the person there, like their mind has just been expanded by 5 times. They're like,
Yeah.
that's amazing. And I think like that it's knowing your market. That beer has ended up our best-selling beer that we make by none.
Yeah.
So, and the second beer to that, interestingly, is our Expedition Blonde, which is a straightforward pale ale. There's nothing special about that beer. In fact, the recipe is almost identical between the lager and the blonde, but it's the process that's different.
Yeah.
And I think what Salt have done there cleverly is they've looked at that market, they've watched how Brewdog have been in bed with Aldi, and they've gone, yeah, we can do that, but we can do it maybe a little bit better. And I think Aldi, what Salt have done is they've gone in with a very, very easy, non-offensive pale ale to get people off the lager, and that's a winner.
Yeah.
And they don't really want to make a lager, do they? Because it takes too long.
True. Yeah. If you're going to brew a beer at that scale or that price, it's a pale ale, isn't it? That's the style of beer you're going to go for, isn't it? And that is literally what Salt have done here. Is a stripped back, bog standard pale ale. It's drinkable. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's only when you've drunk other beers from Salt that you've got something to kind of hold it against. You know? So when they literally released a 4% pale ale last year called Loom, and they put that in their core range, and it's a stunning beer, and then they released this, a casual pale for Lidl, and it looks like that, and it drinks like it does. It's just like, okay, wow.
It's knowing your market, though, isn't it? It's knowing your market. And also, you've got to think about the margins that supermarkets give are terrible.
Oh God, they're awful. Yeah, you got to be crazy.
Between a penny and 20p a can.
Yeah, you got to be mad to go into a supermarket. You got to think the most people that are buying that don't care who Salt are.
No.
They're not going to go onto the Salt website. They're not going to order Salt beers. They're not going to seek them out. They're not going to travel to Yorkshire and go and drink in one of their bars. You know, it's not going to happen. So for Salt to even entertain the idea of having a beer in their supermarket, it's interesting. It shows their ambition, I suppose.
Yeah.
But does it really show ambition?
I would love to sit and chat with Jamie about this and get his thought process on it. Do you know what I mean?
I don't see where it shows ambition comes from. Putting a beer in Lidl, does that show ambition?
It's the
putting a beer in Sainsbury's.
It's the approachability to the brand, isn't it? Because I think there's more. Lidl are like the fastest growing supermarket chain in the country, aren't they?
Yeah.
Them and Aldi. It's making their brand approachable. It's making their brand recognizable. I get that. I get that side of things. So in that sense, it's clever.
But the beers they've put in Sainsbury's and Tesco's have been fantastic. Like Denim was a great beer.
That's
Denim was
great.
good. Yeah, Denim was good.
I can't remember if that was Sainsbury's or Tesco's, but they've put some great beers in Sainsbury's and Tesco's, which are huge. So that shows ambition. Putting a beer in Lidl, I'm not sure.
Yeah, it shows their ambition. It shows they wanted to be a big brand, a big recognisable.
I think you could see Salt up there with Brewdog competing with them in another 2 or 3 years.
Yeah, I think that's what they're trying to do.
Easy, and I think the nice bit is they haven't virtue signalled and jumped on this cause, that cause, and raped every kind of different, cause going to get up the ladder to do that. And Salt of just got on with it. They just make good beer, and that's it. There's very little things that they get involved with. But can they make a better beer than that?
Oh, gotcha.
Oh, of course they can.
Yeah, more definitely. But is it a good point that maybe there might be some starter people that will try that beer and go, oh, I wonder who Salt are, and go looking? Yeah, I think so. Maybe only 5 to 10% of that customer base, but yeah, why not?
Yeah, I agree with that, and I think if someone has that beer that you're drinking, who's got a little bit of an inkling into trying new beers, and they buy that in Aldi or Lidl, whichever shop it was in, I could see people thinking, I'll look Salt up, I'll go on their website or whatever. So yeah, I get that argument.
This is the sort of, this for me. This is the sort of beer they could put into a 330 and then put into a pack of 12. It's when they put it into a 440 and sell them individually at just under £2 a can. That's where my issue is with it. Do you know what I mean? If they was to put that in a 330 and put it into a pack of 12 or something, so you could just chuck a box into an ice bucket for a barbecue, it would make sense. But they're selling it at a 440ml at nearly £2 a can, and it's like I just don't think it's good enough. Personally, maybe my standards are a little bit over OTT. I don't know. I just don't think it's good enough.
I do get it. I get what you're saying, but I suppose you've got to look at the other side. Is that without sounding like we're beer snobs, because we're not, and we all drink lots of different beers.
Yeah,
we're used to drinking good craft beers. We're used to drinking good beer from Salt. We've got kind of used to paying a few extra quid for decent beer. So if you'd never had those types of beers, but you wanted to explore, and you bought that in Aldi or Lidl, whichever one it was, Lidl, and thought, yeah, that's a bit different. That's a bit interesting. It could spike in interest to make you look at other Salt beers. So I get that, but I think we do have to take into account that you've been reviewing for a long time, Paul. I've only been reviewing for a few years. I think we have to take that into account, that we are used to drinking a lot better beers that we will pay the money for. Yeah. So for a beer to be less than £2 from a brand like Salt, which we know and love and know produce great beers, we look at that one that you've got and think that's less than £2 and it's not very good. But we are used to drinking much better from Salt. So I think we have to take that into consideration, and it might spike in interest for other people. That's just my kind of thought on it, but it looks dreadful, that beer. It doesn't look particularly good.
Yeah, it doesn't look great, does it?
Yeah, it's not dreadful. It's just very, very basic. It's very basic, and it is. If you're a a bog standard lager drinker and you want something with a bit more flavour, this is definitely one for you.
Yeah.
But it's nothing more than that.
No.
That's my issue with it, and they're putting it in individual cans at 179 a pop, when they could probably just pack that into 330s and make a crate of it. You know?
Yeah, I agree. And that I don't agree with. And that I agree with. But when I go back a couple of years before I was even reviewing, when I first started getting into craft beers, my first introduction to craft beers was supermarkets, and I used to think Brew York beers were amazing until I started really going down the route of craft beers. And now I find Brew York, and I don't mean any disrespect to Brew York, I find their beers a little bit average, to the point where I don't even buy Brew York beers anymore.
Yeah,
but for me, going back 2-3 years ago, I thought Brew York beers were fantastic, and if that Audi or Lidl, I'm going to get it right in a minute, if that Lidl salt beer gives someone that interest to go and venture out, then the job's done, isn't it?
Yeah,
Well,
true.
It's all horses for courses, and someone's got to go and stand up to Brewdog and their bullshit. So I'd rather Jamie and Salt did it than anybody else.
Yeah, I think we need to catch up with Jamie, because we did say we were going to go and get on the lash together, and I haven't actually spoken to him for a little while.
No, I know we haven't. We haven't got. Well, I was hoping to do something with my bar opening and invite him. Get him up and just lay on. I was even thinking, because he's been so generous to me. A friend of mine owns a limousine company, and I was going to send a limo to go and pick him in.
Go pick him up. Yeah.
Just totally spoil him rotten, because he's spoiled me rotten, I deserve nothing for it, and he's been really nice.
Yeah, he's a lovely, lovely guy, and I just think that is below him. I don't know if it's below the brand. I just think that's below him. That's all. I just, it's drinkable, but it's not salt. It's not salt.
Why is my going completely off topic? My random. So, for those that don't know, I started a little channel called RGB Addict Reviews, because I've got an issue with buying technology stuff and lots of RGB lights. It's gone mental. It's gone absolutely mental. Mental. And I don't know why.
Who knows?
And I've been buying B&M stuff. I bought a little Hoover, a little vac. You know, like the shark one that you put on that costs like 300 quid.
Cheers, David. Thank you, mate. Hello. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate it.
No.
Like Joe says, you don't have to drink craft beer. I've got right into wheat beer. Offer something different. Don't mind a craft beer every now and again. I like wheat beers. I like a good German and fat.
It's the Germans.
What is that? What is that noise?
I don't know. It's not me.
Oh, here he goes again with his what's that noise?
Can you hear it?
No.
It's getting quieter now. Can you
Chris,
hear it?
just talk.
You both look like you've frozen.
What is that noise?
It literally sounds like a washing machine going on.
It sounds like a washing machine, or there's like a tornado flying through someone's house. I don't know what it is, but it's just like comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, that's weird. Could be server. Could be the server that we're streaming in and out of a server somewhere. Some Ruskies could be messing with us.
Could be the Chinese listening to us.
Could be. Who enjoyed their 3 p.m. or 2:59 alert on their phone this afternoon?
I didn't get it. No.
You got a Chinese phone though, haven't you?
I have, yeah. I have got a Chinese phone.
Yeah, exactly. That's why Chinese phone was like.
Rachel's got an iPhone. She didn't get it either.
I got it.
I've got Bender the robot.
I got it. Who else got their mobile phone alert at 3 o'clock this afternoon?
I got it.
Who else got that? I got that whilst I was at work, and there was only a few people in. And everyone looked at each other and was like, what the hell's going on? And then we remembered what was happening. It was like, yes, the 3 p.m. alert testing. Very weird. Very weird. Wasn't a nice noise. Didn't go on for long, though, did it? Only a few seconds. Oh, yeah, here we go. A bit of feedback on it. One. They're trying to communicate to us. Yeah. Thing is, there's something going on, isn't there? There's something going on. Otherwise, they wouldn't have set this thing up. The alarm was somewhat underwhelming, says Joel. It only lasted like 2 seconds. Yeah, it wasn't long. It wasn't long. Horrible noise, though. Mark says, I got it. Just a chosen few. Just a chosen few. Yeah, if they build a massive bunker, we'll get the warning and we get to go in there. I got it. It warned me of Ginger Vikings. Yep, Ginger Vikings. We're going to take over the world. We'll destroy you all. Jids fans. Yeah, we got it. I got it. Said time to smoke some more weed. Yeah, I love that. I'll go for a quick wee. Chris, hold the fort.
I'm holding it. It's only me left in here. I don't know where John's gone. I'm guessing John went for a wee. I don't know. And we're fairly up to date on the comments as well. Yeah, I didn't get that alert. Maybe like I say, I've been away this weekend, and when that alert came up, I was in Norfolk. So I don't know if it just didn't hit every part of the country. I don't know, but it seems a bit odd that some people didn't get it. But then when I was driving home and listening to the news was saying a lot of people didn't get it. So I don't really understand the purpose of that alert. I don't understand what it was all about.
I know what it's about. It's like they're working out, hey, there's a nuclear missile coming in from Russia. Seek shelter now, and those that get it might be all right, and those that don't get it, they're not going to be all right. And I don't know. I kind of don't want it. I'd like the missile to land just at my feet. That'd be fine.
Well, maybe it's a bit of a practice for eliminating 50% of the population. I don't know.
I feel like that.
The ones that do get it would be safe. The ones that don't get it, they can perish. I don't know. And maybe I'm classed as being in that category. I don't know.
Though, the other side to it is we are overly suspicious in this country. They've had this in America forever to do with tornado warnings and things like that.
Yeah.
It's no different. It's just the same thing. It's just we don't have anything like this in the UK. So that's all it is.
Do you know what? I actually don't care.
Me neither. I'm like,
I couldn't care less. If we get a nuclear attack and everyone gets a message on their phone, do you know what? I don't want that message. I'd rather just be happy doing what I'm doing, having a great time, and then get wiped out in a second. At least I haven't got to worry about it. You get a message on your phone, you're going to start panicking, stressing, trying to run away from something. No bollocks.
Yeah, let's be honest. By the time we get that message, it's too late, isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, Paul, you drove past Flying Dales with me, and that going to Whitby, the big pyramid, facing at Russia, just to see what's getting fired from there. That only gives us, I think, 12 minutes.
It's too late. It's too late by then.
Yeah. I think I've researched it, and I think I read something that, let's just say Russia, I'm not picking on Russia as a country or a nation, whatever, but let's just say Russia they release a nuke. It's in the UK in something like 8 minutes. So you've got no chance, have you? You've got no chance. But once it's up in the air, you've got probably 5 minutes. So what does it matter? I don't want an alert on my phone to tell me the end is nigh. I'd just rather just blissfully vaporize in the happiness that I'm in.
Yeah,
simple.
No, I'm with you on that. Very, very. It was very weird though. It was very weird because we knew it was coming. John showing off with his Kona brewing glass that he nicked from a bar in Liverpool. You thief!
No, I did ask.
You thief! Katsume says, did anyone watch Treads? It's the most harrowing TV show ever. It's about a nuclear bomb going off in Sheffield. No, never seen it. Never seen it.
I've seen clips of it, and I'd never. I mean, Sheffield wouldn't be where they'd hit now. The only reason they picked that back in the day is because Sheffield was the place where all the steel came out of. Now,
Yeah.
it'd probably be the 2 data centres in London. It would be the submarine base in Scotland and Flying Dales at Whitby. Those would be the main targets, and probably Portsmouth, where all our ships go out of.
The Jim says in the States it's called an Amber Alert. So is that like a regular thing then? For
Paul, I think your mum's in the chat.
my mum? Oh yeah.
Your mum's in.
My mum.
Hello, Mum.
Oh, mum. Hello, son. So they've got my alert. Only 3 rings. Very underwhelming. Some free customers didn't get it.
I'm a 3 customer.
Oh, that's why you didn't get it then. There you go.
I love your mum. Your mum is lovely.
Love to you all. There you go.
Cheers.
I love you too.
Thanks, ma'am.
You're a sweetheart. You're an absolute sweetheart.
Certainly is. Certainly is. I broke the
She's a
mould
good
when I
lady,
made
your
her.
mum.
I broke the mould when I made her.
She's a proper mum.
Proper
The old
mum.
man's a good guy as well. I like him. He's a proper dude.
Oh, he don't mess about me, old man. He don't mess
No,
about.
he's a proper. He reminds me of my old man. He's just a grafter. He's a proper London grafter.
Yes, he grafted all his life, dude. My dad. He's
Good man.
beat himself up. Beat himself up. He did.
That's it. Work hard, baby.
That's it. That's it. But yeah, it was weird, wasn't it? Because we knew it was coming, and we had a few customers in the bar. I said, right, everyone put their phones out. Let's see what it sounds like. And it was. It just kind of went meh, meh,
Yeah.
like that for a couple of seconds, and the message came up, and that was it. And we were laughing because it came early.
Yeah. I got it. Lid's got it. Casey got it. Kobe didn't get it. I was like, Kobe, you're going to be screwed.
Sorry, Kobe.
And he was like, what? And I was like, it's because you're ginger. He was like, Mummy got it. She's ginger. And I was like, yeah, but she's better looking than you, Coach.
Yeah, 2:59 it came through. So I actually got it early. So I wonder if
Yeah,
unless you're going to run really, really fast, it's still not going to help, is it?
I've got the washing machine noise.
Yeah, I can hear
that's
as well.
it.
That's the first time I've heard it.
Keeps coming up and it comes and it fades out. All right.
That's my problem. I come and then fade out.
Yeah, it's like a 30-second thing for me.
Oh dear. David's got it at half 2. No one's going to give an Arsenal fan an emergency warning half hour earlier than everyone else. No one. Arsenal don't deserve nothing. Nothing. And it's a scratch.
I'm sorry, David.
No, we're not sorry. We're not sorry, David. We're not. David, I love you, but your choice of football clubs is scandalous. Scandalous. Anyway, Jim says child abduction. Quite simply.
Kind of a weird subject to talk about.
Yeah, let's go from Arsenal to. Yeah, it's a link there. There's a link. I'm sure there is.
All I can say is, if somebody tried to do that to my kid, I'd kill everybody. Everybody would die.
In the face.
Yeah.
Yeah, that noise is Tom pissing all that lager out.
Yes, right, Captain.
Love it. Right, I'm going to wrap it up because I'm tired and I don't really want to drink anymore.
No fun. I'm just ready to party.
He's ready. John's getting warmed up. Everyone going over to John's.
No.
Continue the live stream.
No.
Lord's Brewing Channel.
No.
We're going to wrap it up because I've got to get out for work in the morning, as most of you, I'm hoping.
Yeah.
So, So thank you to everyone for watching. John, thank you for getting involved as usual. Me old China.
Love you, geezer.
Chris, you've been in here from minute dot, basically. You've been here from the off. So fair play. Fair play. Tom didn't even show up. He said he was going to. So Tom, Chris, the crummy bread. You're a slag. and yeah, I've got nothing to say to you. Outrageous. Mark, what's he called? The Craft Beer Hub. I've got his channel name there. Mark, the Craft Beer Hub. Thank you for joining us. Subscribe to Chris's Beer Reviews. He's not there. He's there.
Oh, it's like a disco.
Yeah. Subscribe to Chris's Beer Reviews. He's having a rave in the beer shed. And could you please subscribe to Lord's Brewing Company down there?
I'm desperate. I'm not making any content, but I'm
Need the sub.
desperate.
Yeah, and this is the first live stream I've done, I think, since I hit 7,000 subs and over 1 million views. So everyone who's still watching this, you're the people that matter. You're the ones that matter. You're the ones that have made this channel get to where it is right now. And I love each and every one of you, and I'm very appreciative. And I'm just getting started.
Pardon me.
The beer reviews are gonna keep coming. The content's gonna keep coming, and I appreciate every single one of you. So thank you very much. I will be back with another live stream at some point. But yeah, and I'll be back with another beer review even sooner than that. So thank you again. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday evening. Have a good week, and look after yourselves and look after each other.
Love you.
Any final messages, lads?
Well, you've covered it all there. You sounded exactly like Jerry Springer.
He was like Jerry Springer, wasn't he?
Full on.
Look after yourself. Look after each other.
Look after yourselves. Take care. Treat each other well.
Work hard and stop moaning.
Yeah, be nice. Stop blaming everyone else for your wank life.
Yeah. Couldn't agree more. Take some fucking ownership of yourselves and get yourselves together.
Exactly, and I can say that because I've come from the brink of stupidness.
Yeah.
Work hard, never give up,
never
quit, refuse to quit, keep going, keep positive. Just it doesn't matter if you go to the bottom place and you're in the right bad state, as long as you pick yourself up and you just keep going on. You just keep on keeping.
Yeah.
Keep on keeping.
Do you. Be you. Do what you want to do. Yeah. You do what you want to do. Don't let anyone tell you that what you're doing is wrong because they don't know. They don't know. They haven't got a clue. You do you. You do what you want to do and you enjoy yourself doing it.
As long as it involves a double Belgian. You do you.
Double Belgian. You do you. Yeah, you do you. You do you, and have fun doing you.
Yeah.
If I could do me, I would, because I'm a sexy beast.
He is literally a cock stunt double.
If there's one thing you take away from this live stream, you do yourself and you enjoy every second of it. That's what you're gonna do. That's what you got to do.
Damn right. Cheers to that.
And you'll be proud of it. Right. I love you all. John, I love you. Chris, I love you. God bless.
Chumbo.
Better